Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey! The man with the finest beard on this screen. Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Listen between two beers.
Getting down. Hello, love wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know what that means.
Yeah, it means we're 1 week away from being able to go like this and actually touch hands. You gotta go there you go. Yeah, in a week we'll be able to actually do this in real life. It's gonna be weird.
Actually, we'll be doing it in less than a week because we're gonna be. It's
on
Wednesday.
Beard. Yeah, Wednesday, late Wednesday night. Well, depending on how late.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that? Are your hands soft? If you've been moisturizing, I don't know.
Come on.
Okay, so make sure.
I'm
Are you
gentleman.
soft?
I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
Is that beard soft too? Is it?
Yeah, of course. Come on. What do you think this thing would be like this if I didn't take care of it?
I don't know. I mean, I've got food in mine.
Do you?
There was definitely a fruity pebble in there for sure.
Early in the chat tonight.
Early, she's fired up. What it do, bearded booze? Hi, Mrs. Pluggo, love of my life. She's here for JPJ. I think she was probably expecting Boris to pop in.
Yeah, your husband almost didn't make it. He almost didn't make it tonight. I was nervous. I had to text him. That never happens, but I had to text him.
I usually let you know. We were in the midst of some parenting fun. We'll just say parenting is fun. That's all we'll say. But I'm here.
We got Mike from Indeed. We got Scott in the chat. Mike, love you, buddy. He's in the chat. Scott's in the chat.
Yeah, Mrs. Pluggo 100% called me and was like, are you supposed to be downstairs?
She came home or she was up somewhere and you were like, I need you to solve this crisis, please. I cannot do this alone or at all. So,
Mike, okay, so he said there is a clip of Pluggo brushing his beard in the intro, and there's no shot he does that every episode. I actually brushed my beard today for the first time in a long time at work. Actually, I have a beard brush, and I had a meeting today, which
so you had to look all.
So I tried to beat it down. I am actually going to get all of this taken care of before Cleveland because I don't want to be looking like this.
You getting a trim? You getting a haircut?
I'm going to get it cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to look a little good. But I did. Ryan Sullivan, I don't lie about things on this show. I definitely am not lying about actually brushing my beard. But you can ask Mrs. Pluggo. One of the gags for every Christmas and every Father's Day and every birthday, anything you got to give gifts, somebody gives me beard stuff, and I never use it. I've got cans of beard wax and oils and things, and I never use them. Should I? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll make you It'll make your the skin under your beard healthier. It'll make your beard feel better.
It was Fruity Pebbles, Mike, and it was just one that happened to fall because I eat like a child sometimes.
We could do a giveaway. What we should do is have one of those places sponsor us.
We should
put their stuff over. We are a podcast that is named. The name Beards is in it. How do we not have a beard product company?
Okay,
sponsoring this podcast.
Are our people that clip
unbelievable?
Things, are people that clip things ready? Like Mike, is Dustin here? All right, ready? We're gonna do this. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Beard Company. And thank you for their awesome creams, shaves, and balms as they sit on my shelf and never get used. JPJ here, on the other hand, uses them frequently, and he
frequently. You can't use them too much.
Go on and tell us more about Beard Company.
Yes, I love Beard Company. Their products are so wonderful. After my showers, every other day, I apply the Beard Company balm. And it does wonders. The way that this beard is looking right now, luxurious is the word.
All thanks to
luxurious. It's all thanks to. I don't know where I would be without Beard Company.
And honestly, if you want 20% off your first purchase of Beard Company products, use the promo code B2Beards at checkout today.
Correct. That is www.beardcompany/B2Beards. Okay. All right. So
we need to clip that and put that out to socials and be like, insert name here.
For the record, just so everybody knows, because I know what you're all thinking in the chat. You're
look,
like,
Mrs. Pluggo says, I don't have a beard, but where do I buy?
People in the chat are like, that might have been the greatest thing I've ever seen. We didn't rehearse that. That shit just happened.
It just happened on the fly.
Like, we did not prior talk about that. That just happened, man. Anyway,
Mike, we appreciate you. Do your best.
Yeah.
Let's get us an official beard sponsor today.
I don't know how we don't. We've been doing this for literally 3 years.
Listen, we love.
I don't know how we don't.
Beard Company, but we're looking.
Anyway.
Well, I was gonna say before we went on that tangent.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I've had a weird week, JPJ. I've had a very up and down week.
Okay.
Friday, I had a day off last Friday. First time I've had a Friday off.
We love a Friday off.
Had to work Saturday, but had the Friday off. Sit at home, getting all sorts of FOMO. So I bit the bullet to Mrs. Pluggo's, request and got NCAA football, college football 25. Absolute banger of a game. But
I suck, bro.
But I suck. Yeah, no. I absolutely suck. I took over the Indiana Hoosiers of the Big Ten.
Yep.
And started the season 0-3, losing heartbreakers. To bring my record to 5-5, mind you. I wheeled myself back to 5-5, and before this very podcast, I'm sitting there, I'm eating my Fruity Pebbles. I'm playing Ohio State in their house.
Oh, you're getting killed.
I lost 27-24 on a last-second field goal. I was able to somehow stop the juggernaut. That game pisses me off, but equally, I love it. And I am not much of a gamer, as you know.
So
I like games.
But
I've played every day. Every day.
I'm miserable at it. I took over UMass. I went collectively in 2 seasons. I went 4-20. Not on purpose.
Yeah, 420.
And they fired me. That's you're too bad.
There ain't nobody else to go.
UMass. I'm like, where are you going?
Coastal Carolina.
What do you think? What do you think's going to happen? Anyway.
So I did this other thing too. I started this online dynasty with some people that asked me if I wanted to play, and I was like, sure. And I'm cruising. I'm 3-0 with Colorado because I'm like, if I'm going to do an online dynasty and everybody's taking the big dogs, I'm going to take some fun.
Yeah.
And of course, the first user game I play just gets smoked because I suck as a one-on-one. But anyway, we got Ryan call up in the house, call up Sports Corner saying, good evening, you amazing beards. That's right, Ryan. We are amazing beards. You're an amazing beardie. We love you, brother.
Yeah.
So it said more like you ass.
No, it was bad, dude. On defense, I can't stop anybody.
No, you can't stop shit.
I can't stop anybody.
Third down.
I can hang sometimes with offense. Like I'm like, if I did offense only, I'll win games. If I can keep up with, but I throw too many picks. I mean, I just throw too many picks. But the most important thing is I literally cannot stop. No stops on defense. It's over, man.
No, for sure. It's the worst. So here's how it goes. First down, I'll stop you.
Yeah.
I'll stop you 2 yards, 2nd and 12. You might get a couple. We're back to it's 3rd and 10, 20 yards.
Yeah. I can't get off the field.
Oh, it's 4th and 15 and you have to go for it. 27 yards.
Yeah.
Like the game's just like, I know who you are.
Yeah.
You're not stopped. My guys will purposely run the other way. I'm like, what are you doing?
All right. Okay. Because I noticed that. I'll see all right, because you only can control one guy on the field. So if they throw it to the other side of the field, you expect the AI or the game to
no, my guy's like, no.
Do. My cornerback is like going this way when the receipt, and I'm like, that wouldn't happen.
My cornerback's like, oh, hot chick in the stand. I'm out. It's like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm like, I know you go to UMass. All right, so I'm not expecting you to play top quality football.
Yeah, this isn't Alabama, bro.
You should know the basic fundamentals of how to play the position you play. Anyway, I digress. Wrestling plug.
Wrestling.
A lot of stuff going on.
A few things happened this week.
A lot of stuff going on.
I
was up in the Montreal.
Yeah, I was gonna say you on a whim decided to head
on a whim, spontaneous, very unlike me.
Texted me and was like, "I'm going to Slammiversary."
Very unlike me.
That's unusual.
But an opportunity arose. An opportunity arose that there was an extra ticket available for Slammiversary and the tapings the night after, which I'm not spoiling the tapings. They're actually they kind of program us, so they're on right now. Actually, the bastards.
One of the tapings, or is that still from pre-Slammiversary? No, probably.
No, the tapings were for this week and next week.
I was gonna say
next week.
So you got 2 shows.
So we had 2 shows out of it.
First and foremost, what's the vibe like for people that? Okay, Mike, listen. I love you, but that better be like the Delaware Blue Hens or something. That better not be what I think it is. They beat me, by the way. I lost to the.
Obviously, you're not gonna. You can't beat a ranked team. Have you beaten a ranked like a top?
Okay, so this is gonna be super funny.
We have to have a separate podcast just about this.
We could
go a whole 2 hours if we needed.
I went 0-3 to start my Indiana dynasty. I lost to Cincinnati by 6. I lost to Boise State at Boise State by 3. I lost.
Yeah, you're at least available. Like you're around. You're in these games.
Yeah, and then I lost to UCLA by 12. They got me. They were ranked. So I'm 0-3. Get a win against. I can't even remember who it is, but they weren't the greatest. They were a Big Ten team, but they weren't a good Big Ten team.
Yeah.
And then I put Notre Dame on my schedule because I figured why not? I beat them 56-21.
What are you playing on, rookie?
No, Riley Leonard threw 3 pick sixes like on his half of the field. It was the wildest shit. It was 28.
How did your defense do that?
I don't know. I was shocked. I texted my buddy and I was like, "This is unheard of, right?" And he's like, "No, I
can't believe it.
I've never seen it before." He like melted down because it was a close game.
You had to put that
at halftime.
That had to be archived.
Must have been. I don't know, but either way, then So then I beat them when they were ranked, and then I beat. That's really my only ranked team I beat. Yeah, whatever.
No one cares.
Mike,
anyway.
I love you, but we can't have this kind of talk in our chat.
I think, is he near them? Maybe?
He'd be closer to them.
Yeah,
but
right?
I guess if, we shouldn't bite the hand that's going to make us a really sweet beard sponsorship commercial.
For the beard company. Yeah, they're great.
Remember, 20% off today, your first purchase at
checkout.
Beard Company. For all of your beard needs.
Code B2Beards.
Uh-oh.
The code is B2Beards.
We mentioned Slammiversary and the resident Montrealan.
I didn't invite him.
I didn't either. He's got a code, I guess. You come on in. But we got to change up the...
Say his city and he appears. I believe in Lawrence.
What's up, buddy? We were just about to talk about the trip to Slammiversary.
Yeah, big company guy.
It wasn't a trip for him. That was in his hometown.
That was just a hangout. But for you, it was a trip.
No, it was a great time, though. It was a great time.
So Lawrence has been to some Impact things, and I'm assuming.
I've been to Impact before. I've been to
I've never been to,
before.
This is my first TNA experience.
Oh, very good. Yeah, this was my second.
Well, boy, how was it?
I went to a Slammiversary when it was in Boston years and years ago.
What's the vibe?
It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a small arena, but they packed the place for Slammiversary. I thought Slammiversary was a great show. All the matches were good, I thought. Oh, God.
Yep, Lawrence is
all right?
It's because I spiked that Gatorade.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? I thought all the matches were good. Particularly the tag match for the tag titles was very, very good. Speedball Mike Bailey and Ali, I enjoyed a lot.
I thought it was perfect.
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot.
I like the Earl Hebner stuff too.
even though I am not from Montreal, you could feel the vibe in the audience that it was obviously everybody wanted Speedball to win. And when he did win, it was a good moment for the crowd, even though I wish nothing. I like the people that I know from there, but I wish no happiness for people from Montreal. But in that moment, I felt happy for them.
Wow. Is it Montrealians or
no? It's just Canadians. It's just on the Canadian side of it, like the hockey team. So that's all.
The Mount Real
crew. I kid. No, I kid. Just
Lawrence. How do you feel about that? He's saying he doesn't wish anything.
Lawrence craps on Boston all the time, so I got to give it back to him.
I have never said a bad word about.
Oh, that is not true. That is not true. Anyway, no, but I very much enjoyed it, and like as far as the main event goes, before we'll let Lawrence chat about it. I thought you see a multi-man match like that, and your brain sometimes tends to go like, oh boy, this is going to be a mess. But I thought it was very well laid out. I thought the way they did the eliminations and how they had the shocking moments where they were and then let them breathe afterward. I thought it was a very well laid out main event. I thought Slammiversary was a terrific show. It was really, really good. There was not a bad match, not a bad moment.
Yeah, fully agree. Like, moment night was definitely Speedball and Ali, which was funny because earlier in the day we spent the day with Joel Pearl, and like when I met up with Joel, he's like, yeah, I was doing interviews. He went to the hotel to do an interview, and to the where they're all staying. And he's like, yeah, and like I just saw Earl Hebner walking around, and I think Earl Hebner even like he stopped to talk to him, and like Earl Hebner's like, oh, I gotta guess I gotta go hide now. So of course Joel reports it on Fightful, and we get to the arena, and I show Joel that on the list of meet and greets for the next day they put up Earl Hebner. Yeah. So their secret was just out in the open the entire time.
It's good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So they did that thing at the end of the Speedball where they acted like he was going to do the Montreal screw job again. And then he kind of did the right thing and he rang the bell.
Obviously, I low key like watching that match. Obviously, I wanted Speedball to win, but low key, I kind of wanted to see them do the screw job just to see.
Oh, it would have been amazing
how it would have played. But obviously, we root for Speedball.
I stood up, being who I am. I stood up and I was yelling, "Do it again, Earl! Do it again!" No. That's what I was yelling.
I saw some behind the scenes footage of you really loving the System's gear.
I was playing the heel in the crowd when the American people came out wearing USA stuff. I feel everybody
wearing the colors of a failed state.
Yeah, I was going to say everyone should truly know, because we're not getting into politics at all.
Yeah.
But we were all hanging out together on that Sunday afternoon before the tapings when the news broke that Biden was out, and we were all just like, oh. And it was all that it was just like, oh shit.
Impact politicking, that's the JPJ in.
Yeah, no. Just in case, I called immigration twice on JPJ. We don't want that trash taking our jobs, coming into our country. I won't have it.
Be honest, JPJ. You did or did not get full body cavity searched at the border?
Twice.
Ooh,
and it was by me both times.
It was unfortunate. It was an unfortunate turn of events.
You did the I'll see you now. The snap.
I show up with the passport, and they're like, "We don't trust this guy at all."
We saw how hard you popped for Johnny Curtis.
Yeah, we saw that. Moose came out dressed as Apollo Creed, kinda, and you were up on your feet clapping.
Yeah,
you
we knew
traitor.
Yeah,
I was like, well, yeah, but whatever. No, but I was playing it up the heel when the bad people, especially Dango. When Dango came out, he had the American flag. It was so bad, but he had the American flag. And then, I was like this. I was standing. I wasn't getting loud. I wasn't getting loud, but everyone was booing. I was just like, look at this beauty.
Did you have a beer? Were they selling beers at the venue?
They were. I did not have one because they were like $16, and I do have integrity. So I don't. If you want to drink at a show, that's cool. That's just too much for me to spend on a single beverage.
Is that like on a Molson, like a Bud Light? Is that
it was like their
blue?
standard? Yeah, they had seltzers that were like a couple bucks cheaper. I almost thought about that, but still, I just couldn't justify it.
Yeah, there were, however, a few nice bars just outside the venue. Like
yes, there were.
Like a 5-minute walk.
100%.
Like it was like for Don Auditorium, like that whole area is very nice.
I know. Tipsy JPJ phoned into Saturday Night Love with Big Bad Boris.
Okay, you guys said I was tipsy. I was not tipsy.
He's like, hey!
I was outside and it was raining.
If anything, it was just evidence to know that he was safe at that point in time. So if something happened at Border Patrol, we knew he was at least okay at
100%. I just needed somebody to know where I was because at that point everybody was leaving and I was like, I kind of want to stay out and have another one. So I was like, I need this on record where I am in case I go missing.
That's right. In case you end up at Lawrence's house in a basement.
Yeah, with no kidneys. Just on an ice bath. You know?
They don't have to do that. Lawrence doesn't have to do that. They have free health care.
That is true. That is true. Sorry.
He doesn't have to sell kidneys. He's not American.
Yeah. Forgot about that. I
have to sell kidneys to buy groceries.
And then the tapings, though, obviously I'm not going to talk about anything that happened on the tapings. I'm not going to be that guy and spoil stuff. Yeah. But the taping started at like 5:00 in the afternoon. We were out of there before 9. Oh, unbelievable!
That's awesome.
Unbelievable. Yeah. On a Sunday, I was like, God bless.
Yeah.
God bless. And then we went and we had a couple beers with a group. Joel was there. I got to meet Jordan is his real name, but I got to meet your best friend.
Yeah, I wish I had the picture loaded up because you guys looked like the most handsome lowercase d
tall
I've
man.
ever seen.
Yeah. He's a tall man. That guy. He's a very tall individual.
He messaged me off to the side. He messaged me, goes, have you got any interesting photos lately? And I said, oh, nothing, just the most handsome lowercase d giving me the finger.
You said that to me at first, and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? And then I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Because he's so tall.
Yeah, I was like at his chest. Now,
he's so tall and skinny. And then you're not, I mean, I'm not knocking you. You're just a bit smaller, bigger guy.
No, I'm short. I am not a tall man. I am not a tall man. I am a short king over here. I am not a tall man. And he is a very tall man.
Speaking of short kings, you guys should read my LPW 28 preview. I'm surprised I wrote that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially given Mars' matchup that he has. I can't believe what I wrote. I sent it and submitted it. It's on the website right now.
Wait, can I just ask? Did you pick Jack Pride to become the new
I think I did.
LPW Grand Champion?
I might have.
That's where I'm leaning. I'm leaning that way.
Considering the fact that he's yelled at me for a month, I don't know what I was thinking. I must have been sipping on that sparkling water a little too hard.
Fair.
But Slammiversary was fun.
But yeah, the whole weekend was really good. It was good hanging out with people. It was a good weekend. I thought TNA killed it this weekend. I really do. Yeah. I thought they killed it. I thought both events were good. They both had good moments. There weren't a ton of surprises. I know a lot of people were hoping a bunch of WWE or NXT people showed up. There really wasn't any of that.
Yeah, but, I thought that was a surprise they didn't try to do something.
Yeah, but I don't think anything was super planned, so I don't think anything happened that way. But like the day before on Friday, what is it, Cloud Strike or whatever the hell that thing was, or something like that. There was just the airports were in misery. You couldn't. All the systems were down. It was a nightmare.
The system was not down. No,
well, the system made it.
Are we ready for the brand new segment on Between Two Beards? Lawrence doesn't even know this is happening, but Lawrence, tell me what you've spent a lot of time with JPJ over the last couple weeks. Please tell me what I can expect next week in Cleveland.
He's actually 6'8" and just has the pictures digitally.
So he's 6'8".
Yeah.
Go on.
And honestly, biggest secret, he's from New York.
Oh,
that's not true at all. That's not true at all.
He just gets there. I'm walking here, Maroon.
Here's my thing. I don't talk like that.
Go Yankees!
I definitely have that attitude. Like I definitely have that attitude. Like if we're walking on the street, like nobody's getting in my way. We're fucking.
I
don't walk
Sparrows.
Fast. Yeah, I don't walk fast. But if you're in my way, get the fuck out of my way.
So what you're saying is I should just stay behind you and hit the hole.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're gonna walk at my pace, which is not a horrifically fast pace. It's a good pace, but it's not a fast pace.
Okay.
But yeah, Mike is also a tall fellow.
So you're a 6'8" New Yorker.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not New York. Fuck that shit. No,
yeah.
I am not. No.
Big Yankees guy.
No.
Actually, sort of a Mets guy too. He was a Mets guy.
He's one of those that wear the double jersey.
I would definitely be a Mets guy before I was a Yankee guy. I would never be a Yankee guy. But I could see myself if I was in New York, I could turn myself into a.
So
Mets
JPJ,
guy.
do Mets fans hate Yankee fans and vice versa?
Yeah.
They Yankee.
Oh, you would know that because you're a Yankee. You're from New York. Got it.
Well, from any person that I've ever known that has like been an actual Yankee fan and New York fan, the Yankees don't like Met fans technically more than they don't like Red Sox fans.
Yeah.
Because of the inner whatever, like that's a bigger rivalry to them, I think. Definitely Mets. I mean, who else? What the fuck? The Mets
spoken like a true New Yorker.
Yeah. But on Thursday, I got to do the press conference at Slammiversary, which was fun.
Yeah. That looked like a good time.
Yeah. And
did you guys get to like ask questions, or were there questions, or was it more of like what the WWE did where they just had like that pre-show?
No, I thought it was going to be that, but it was literally like us in the first, like they did the people from out of town who sent in questions, like their media first, and then they went to the in-room media, which is only like 2 or 3 of us were there. And like the rest were just, and then they went to fans if they wanted to ask questions. Like I asked a question, I think Pat LaPrat asked a question, then like a few fans asked questions. And then on the Friday, I met up with Joel, who had just gone into town. We grabbed drinks. We go to one bar, and we're just having drinks to ourselves. And Joel, is friends with one of the referees, who watches their Fightful TNA post show all the time.
Oh, nice.
And like he's like, yeah, he's at this bar in LaSalle. You want to go grab drinks with them? I'm like, yeah. We get there. It's the referee, a bunch of like TNA producers, like some producers and like background people, and AJ Francis, Top Dollar, who is not to ruin his gimmick, a very nice person and very funny.
Oh, you're just shooting on everyone.
Yeah.
Lawrence Cartier shoots hard on Between Two Beards. JPJ's a 6'8" New Yorker. AJ Francis, nice guy.
Nice guy. Yeah.
Come here Thursday nights for all the hot goss. But no, that's dope. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I heard. Yeah, I saw that you guys had ran into AJ Francis. That's cool that he's a super nice guy because he doesn't give off that persona on TV now. Obviously,
no. His match with PCO though.
Yeah,
that was good.
So
man.
Good.
Thing of beauty.
I'm so happy that PCO got the gold and the girl, dude. I'm so in on that love story.
Well, yeah.
I thought I watched.
Stay tuned though. You got to stay tuned.
I know. I watched Slammiversary. I didn't watch the main event yet, but I watched everything up to it, and it was a good show. Good pay-per-view overall. I had a good time with.
Like,
quit sleeping on TNA, man.
I'm gonna let you guys go in a second, but
don't you ever let us go?
You're gonna let us go.
Yeah, this is my show. I'm this time now the beard. There's a logo already waiting.
I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll let
he said it's the beard.
Welcome to the one beard, just one solitary beard, because frankly, 2 is excessive. My name is Lawrence Cartier. What the fuck is this? Where are the producers? Where are
Get him back in here. That was me. I did that.
Welcome to the Pluggo and Lawrence show.
The Pluggo and Lawrence show is a wild scene. We've done it a few times in Beard's history, and it goes off the rails probably 3 seconds in.
Yeah. But yes, the main event of Slammiversary was very good. They built that perfect. Like the turn was like executed at the perfect time. Like if you're not going to have Joe Hendry win, they did it. Yeah. They timed that perfectly because they let the crowd get over it to the other babyface winning. And like it didn't ruin the big moment at the end, which I liked. Like it was the match was very well built. And it was a fun card all around. Like I had a great time. I had a fun time. The next night at the tapings was fun. Like honestly, just hanging out with everyone, just hanging out with Joel and JPJ and Zach all weekend was just a great time.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. I look forward to it. Yeah, it was good. We got to do it a couple times in like 3 weeks or something like that. So it was pretty cool.
I'll know something's up when Lawrence shows up in Cleveland. It's like, hey, I'm actually
in the land. You don't want to go to Cleveland. Land. What is there to do in Cleveland?
Joke him, Noah. That's such the
honestly.
That's the best. One of the best press conferences of all time.
What is there to do in Cleveland?
So hey, like, would you ever think of coming here? Why? Cleveland. What's
Cleveland.
You ever heard anybody go, I'm going to go vacation in Cleveland?
Literally. Don't get me wrong. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to I get to meet you. It's going to be a great time. We're going to do some interviews. We're going to go to SummerSlam. It's going to rule.
Yeah, we're going to SmackDown, all sorts of stuff.
Cleveland.
Meet some peoples.
What the hell? Cleveland.
We might have to do like Beards on the Street.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after the show.
Be like, hey!
Yeah, like Billy on the Street, but with beards. For $1.
For $1. Tell me who's going to win at SummerSlam.
Yeah, who's winning the main event for $1? Say it. Say it.
Say it.
Yelling at, make them panic.
They didn't say it. We're leaving.
How dare you? All right.
I did buy some.
Yeah, thanks for popping in, Lawrence. Yeah. Appreciate you coming on, talking Slammiversary in the weekend.
Said his name and he appeared.
Yeah. We'll let you get back. We'll just get back to what we were doing. Obviously. You'll let us go.
You'll pop back in whenever you want to.
Bye, guys.
All right, later.
We'll see Lawrence.
Everybody.
Watch. You guys want to see Lawrence reappear quicker than ever? Marco Stunt. I bet you he'll pop up.
He's not there. He's not there yet.
He's probably scrambling. I probably fried his brain.
There, man. Pluggo, where the hell do you want to start, dude?
I don't know. You were the
one we talked about TNA. We talked about TNA.
Yeah, it was cool.
But we can talk WWE. We can talk, what's happened on Raw. Some stuff like that. We're building to SummerSlam. We're starting to pave the way here.
The SummerSlam card.
SummerSlam.
I don't know. They might announce.
I think they're only going to do 7 or 8 matches, Pluggo. I don't.
Well, they got 7 announced.
They got
so
7
far.
right now.
So they might announce one more tomorrow, but
they still have.
I kind of like this version of the WWE where they go, we're gonna let you kind of know what's going on, like 2 weeks out, opposed to like the Friday night before going, shit, we need 4 matches.
yeah.
Here's this unannounced match that we didn't tell you about that isn't any good.
Exactly.
You should care.
Things are shaping up there, and there's a lot of stories we can dive. Yeah, Punk and Drew. Punk is cleared. But they can't touch each other until SummerSlam or the match is off. But Punk is cleared, so that's happening. And Seth freaking Rollins is going to be the special guest referee. How do you feel about Seth Rollins being the special guest referee at SummerSlam?
Well, I
I
think all of us leading up to SummerSlam were going, well, what are you going to do with Seth Rollins if Punk and Drew's the match? If Gunther and Damien's the match? Like, what do you do with Seth? What do you do with Seth? You can't leave Seth off the card. When he comes out and he's going to be special guest referee, if he is if we get to interview Seth Rollins, I got a million questions. I'm calling my shot now. I've already thought about these things, but I won't blow the wad here. But I'm interested to see how he'll call that thing. He has hatred.
I need him fucking with both of them. Like I need him to be messing with both of them.
Like, is he gonna call it? Is he gonna call it down the middle, but mess with both? You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna lackadaisically.
Yes.
Because wouldn't it be in his best interest to let these two kind of soften each 100%. Other up and beat the absolute crap out of each other, and then you do some de facto like number one contendership for whoever beats between Gunther and Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm intrigued by it for sure because. The way it went down at Money in the Bank, I know a lot of people crapped on it, but you saw the look that Seth gave Punk and kind of gave Drew as well.
Yep.
Where it's like, your guys' bullshit kind of ruined my shot here. And now I hate both of you, and now I have control over your match. So I'm in on it. I'm for sure in on it. It's a good move to have him in it. I'd rather him be the special guest referee than just screw with both of them.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want him to be fair. Like, I want him to do the right thing, like no fast counts, no bullshit. But I want him to be messing around with both of them, and then when they get angry at him, and be like, "Yo, I'm not, no, buddy, don't do it." That's what I want. That I think that'll be a lot of fun, especially if he does it in his Seth Rollins way. I think it could be. As
the special guest referee, can you change the rules stipulation? Like, I'll allow the chairs. I'll allow it. Go for it.
I mean, I guess he could. He could.
Yeah, go ahead. Beat him with that chain. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, he technically doesn't have to DQ them. So, like, if at any point Drew snaps and hits Punk with a chair and Rollins goes,
he just goes.
But everybody could then look at Rollins, right? If they had a spot like that where he does it, and then Rollins is just kind of like he's gonna DQ him, and then he just goes, whatever, because he doesn't like CM Punk. He's like, God.
He's just like, I gotta fix my head.
Have at it, brother.
Yeah,
and I think that would be like, that's what I talk about when I want him to physically mess with both of them too, but I want stuff like that to happen, where that type of stuff happens.
I want them to both. I would like to see them both get so pissed at Rollins that they turn on Rollins at some point. You know what I mean?
They work together to get wrong.
I don't necessarily know if it's like work together, but yeah, like you guys, there should just be both of them, right? So much hatred amongst all three of them that you could blindly work together for 5 minutes and beat up a referee. It's not like Adam Pearce has any control over that brand anyway. So if you took out Rollins, you take out Rollins, what's he going to do? He'll just trot some other ref out there.
Sure. It's true.
But who knows? We'll see. It should be good. I'm pretty pumped for it.
Yeah, I am too. Another thing that I'm enjoying, and obviously that promo last week between Damian Priest and Gunther worked because Gunther came out and was getting booed every time he was trying to talk to start his interview. His promo, and when Damian Priest came out, he got a good pop. He got a good babyface pop because of that promo. Gunther being a really great heel, basically saying, "Hey, I'm better than you because I was raised a certain way."
Better than you.
Yeah, that's what he said. My parents were better than your parents. They raised me a certain way. You were raised the other certain way. You're street trash, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he said that." And look what happened.
Does that make JD McDonough his like a boo? His street trash Aladdin? Because he's so little. JD McDonough is so little.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I like this too.
They brawled all over the place. Brawled all over the place, which I like.
Because
Triple H loves his brawls, but I kind of love them too. So.
Yeah, he's very. It's funny. It's funny how things work. You do that after every segment match in the WWE, and it's cinema. You do that in AEW. They're using the brawl gimmick too much.
Yep, 100%.
But no, it's Priest and Gunther's going to be good. I think we're all picking Gunther, which I think is almost. It might be just too much of a slam dunk layup to pick him. But I mean, him walking into Bash at Berlin with the belt would be a huge pop.
Oh yeah,
it would be. I think it's worth pulling the trigger there, even if you wanted to run Priest and Gunther back.
Yeah, I would agree.
But
Braun Breaker killed Ilya Dragunov. That happened.
Yeah, I got some feelings about that.
That happened on Raw. They had a great match.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Super good match. But so far, basically all I've seen Ilya do on the main roster, and I know it's too early to use the word bury. I'm not trying to say bury, But is this why we brought him up, to have good matches with Breakker, to ultimately let Breakker just beat the shit out of him? Like,
I think the way it goes down is it's going to help.
It helps Braun
right now because Braun is going to beat Sammy for that belt at SummerSlam. Like I expect that to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that puts him there. And then I don't know. I think Ilya is going to come back like right away. He's going to fight through it. He's going to do that stuff. I mean, he is losing matches, but like not all of them. But
yeah, I mean, he looks good in them. I'm not saying.
And he's only been up since like April, and he's already main evented like 5 or 6 Raws.
Like, he's in a good spot, but the vehicle feels like it's just to get Braun.
I agree, but I do think we are on a crash course at some point for when Gunther is champion. That Ilya
is there anyone else on the roster that Braun could have good matches with that he smashes at the end? That we'd be like,
well, I think he's going to smash Sami Zayn.
I'm just saying, it's like Ilya's fighting Sammy's battles.
Yeah, I thought they were going to find a way for Ilya to end up fighting Gunther for the title in Germany, but I think Scott might be right. I think they're going to do Braun versus Ilya for the IC title.
I mean, then that makes
sense.
But all I've seen Ilya do is take L's.
That though, but he will.
So I worry about my man Ilya there. He's getting annihilated. He's one of those guys too that like when he's hurt, I believe him.
Yeah. Well, it seems like with Sheamus, they're going the Sheamus Pete Dunne route.
Yeah,
that's where they're going there. Pete Dunne showed up at NXT though, and attacked.
Did he?
Was it Trick? No, who did he attack?
I didn't watch NXT this week.
Oh my God, Pete Dunne also showed up at NXT and attacked somebody. I got to look it up, but we're talking.
I fell asleep.
I thought you fell asleep before the show.
Oh I thought you were worried.
I was like, I guarantee you, this bastard took a nap.
Tuesday, I died.
I reached out to Tanner. I was like, "Yo, you free?"
Did you really?
It was like 7:58.
Oh,
that's late for you.
Is he free? You can still tell him to come on.
No, he said he wasn't, unfortunately. And I was like, all right, I'm going solo.
Busy,
and then you popped
he's busy trying to get PU to championship status in college football. We talk about it. He's a bum.
PU? Purdue,
they stink, dude. PU.
Oh, I get it.
PU,
I thought about doing Vanderbilt. I thought about bringing Vanderbilt.
That'd be a good one. The idea for me is like I love doing the one where it's an absolute dog shit program, and you have to.
But it's so.
But hard. I also like to have one where it's like I can at least be in some games, so that's why it's like a middle of the pack.
I think that Mike is just chilling, and every time we bring up college football,
you ain't gonna catch me taking some powerhouse.
That's right. It was Trick Williams. I wanted to say it was Trick Williams. Yeah, but Pete Dunne showed up on NXT on Tuesday.
Mike, I love you. Well, listen, Mike, I hope you're ready because we're gonna take lots of video in Cleveland. I've already got we're just gonna do it. I got the opening scene ready. I'm gonna do the.
Are we doing the slow jog and hug?
We're gonna do because you'll be there before I will.
Yes.
So I'm gonna pull up to our Airbnb and do in the car going. I've known this man for 3 years and I've never met him. I hope he's everything.
Don't tell the people the secrets. Jesus, let it breathe.
Never. Like anybody's gonna remember that.
How are you feeling about the newly formed team of Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark?
I like it.
Yeah.
I am a fan of that group. I think that's a great group.
Do not zoom in while recording. Do not zoom in while recording. That's the one request.
Don't do the thing that people do. Okay.
Yeah.
That's his only request. He hasn't seen me record anything yet.
Only request.
Only request. So if anything's open.
Yeah.
It could get real weird.
Yeah.
But I like the group as a whole if they book them right.
They were they had 2 matches. They had Sonya Deville defeated Lyra Valkyria, which in a pretty good match. And then later on, Zoe Stark got a big L to oh my God.
I know.
Come on, brother.
See, that's what I don't like.
Zelina Vega. Beat her with one arm, by the way. First of all.
Where's Shayna and Sonya at? Why aren't you helping her get the win?
First and foremost. Because the Rave team, the team that drops, the Rave tag team came out and with Lyra and messed them all up. Yeah. What's their name?
Bird Rave or something. Tweety Rave. Because they got the bird and the Ravers. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
How you feel about that gimmick? That gimmick for you?
That's not for me.
It's not for me.
I've never been a raver or a much of a clubber.
You never in the heyday. You never.
I've never been to a rave. No.
One time I did it, and it will be the only time. I did not have a good time.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good time. I was feeling okay, but the energy, the music, I was like, nah, dude.
It's too much,
I like where I'm at up here. I don't like where I'm at around here. I don't like this part of it.
The rest I'll pass on it.
But yeah, so Zoe Stark lost to Zelina Vega, who, what I was going to say was, now on Monday, they had Zelina Vega. Her arm it wasn't even a brace, man. It was like wrapped to high heaven. She basically wasn't using this arm the whole match. Yeah. And there was a lot of shit going on around the ring. There were other people out there. It was a chaotic match, and she won, hey, Hab guy, how are you, my friend? Thanks for popping in, my friend.
Bearded Brethren. I like that Hab guy. Young Mike was an EDM listener.
How? Fair. I can't. It's too much for me. It's too much for me.
Yeah, my head already out. My neck.
Yeah, it's too much for me.
I'm out for the next week. I can't move.
How the hell did Zelina Vega get cleared for this match?
Because Adam Pearce has zero.
How the hell?
Zero institutional control over his roster.
Michael Cole on commentary told us about 3 different times at the beginning that she was clear. Mentioned it. That she was cleared multiple times. How? What doctor is back there going, oh, you can't move that arm? No, you can't use it at all? You're cleared. We're good. You can fight. What? And then she won. She beat Zoe Stark, who I like. I'm a fan of Zoe Stark, with one arm. Give me a break. Anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, like I told you last week, like I like Zelina and all, but she ain't ever winning the championship, man.
No.
I'm here to win the championship. Sure. Aren't we all?
You never know.
Is that a lack of depth in the women's division, or is that just them trying to push a new star and I should buy in? Sure, maybe, whatever. But I'm just sitting there like, I don't like the idea of this group taking L's early. I mean, I guess in storyline it makes sense, but I also just like...
Well, they technically went 1-1.
Yeah, but I don't like that at all. I want to see them be like super dominant.
I agree.
The whole way through, at least to establish like now you're taking L's to one-armed women because of the TikTok tag team. And like Scott said, Pierce was too busy being incompetent. I agree. I watch Monday Night Raw every week, and I'm just like, Pierce, how do you not have a handle on this? All this seems to have more control over on Fridays.
Yep.
You need to take a page out of his book.
Yep.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about it today. You're not going to like this. But what if Solo Sikoa beats Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam and ends the story? He stops the story from the guy that ended. You know what I'm saying? He is the real true tribal chief. That's how you propel him over Roman. He's the guy that beat Cody.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it's on the table.
I was just thinking, like, that's how you're having trouble getting Solo over. What's going to stop you from being like, well, I ended the story that you couldn't stop from happening and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I think, do you think Roman, obviously at some point,
if Roman returns at SummerSlam next week, what is your reaction going to be?
I'm going to scream like a girl. Well, it depends. If we're in the press box around people, I'm going to act reserved and I'm going to clap and go, hell yeah. All right, cool. If we're sitting in the seats, I'm going to, as P.D. Pablo once said, I'm going to take off my shirt and spin it around my head like a helicopter is what I'm going to do.
Don't worry, Mike. I'll have the camera ready.
Yes. That part will not be recorded for the not for me, but for you people.
You're going to end up on the Jumbotron.
Hell yeah.
They're like, look at Santa Claus taking his shirt off over there.
Wow. How dare you?
It's the beard.
Like, that's the sexiest Santa Claus I've ever seen.
I'm
like,
just
you're damn right it is. You're damn right.
You're gonna have to put a tie on the Airbnb. I'm gonna have to find something to do that night.
I will totally put a P.D. Pablo beat under that. Yeah, that's what it is. It's what it is. What it is.
Did P.D. Pablo ever have another hip banger? Just that?
No,
was like his only one.
He didn't.
That was it.
He didn't need one. He didn't need one after
North Carolina. Come on, stand up, take your shirt off, and spin it around.
Spin around your head
like a helicopter.
Like a helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. You don't need another hit after that. That's enough.
Yeah, have guys say make sure you paint LPW on your stomach.
I'm not a big
just take the low hanging fruit. I agree.
I'm not a big that type of thing. But I'm saying Roman what my question was going to be before we got there was
you shirtless
if
stadium?
If Roman does return at SummerSlam, do you think it's after the match with whatever result happens, or do you think he could come back to cost Solo the match
to help Cody Rhodes?
That would be
that's weird, right?
It is.
That's weird because it's still at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you would erase everything that Roman stood for when he said this is about family first. I get it. Solo's doing solo type stuff.
Yeah.
But even The Rock fell in line, right?
But Solo is not. He's going to be the one that doesn't fall in line.
There's right. But there's more of a story, I think, if Roman comes out and be like, you couldn't get it done against Cody. You're not the tribal chief. And then we get their one-on-one for tribal chief shift. Chief shift, whatever you want to call it, chief,
because it's going to lead to.
But if Roman helps Cody,
that's fair.
The other members of the bloodline that aligned with him being like, we fought all these battles against this guy. You turned on family, regardless if that family's wild or not. So I think you don't want to go there.
Yeah,
because it's still optically weird.
Yeah, you're right.
Granted, he's going to come back and he's going to be a baby face, but could you imagine Cody and Roman super team bag baby face tag? No, Roman wants that belt back.
My thing is, and I said it last week when we were talking to Warren, I think Roman comes back and it's obviously bloodline versus bloodline, but I think eventually Roman and Cody can't be on the same show.
Yeah. And they can't
be on the same show. So I think Roman moves to Raw when they go to Netflix. I think that's what happens then.
Maybe
because because this is all going to lead to war games with bloodline versus bloodline. Like that's what 100% this has to go there.
And I don't need Cody in that.
And they already King Crab, my man popping in. What's good, brother? Good to see you.
King Crab in the house.
So they're going to that. They already they started to plant the seeds on Raw because Sami Zayn had a backstage interview where he was talking about Braun, who had won the number one contender match earlier, and he hears a noise and he runs off, and the Judgment Day is beating up Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn gets back, helps him, and then they kind of, and it's like, there we go. They're starting to plan it already.
Plus,
that they're doing this.
If he helps Cody, we're going to intertwine Cody into the bloodlines more to just let like Scott said, give him Randy. Yes. Let's move it on. Let's let Roman and Solo fight it out for head of the table, because that's still important to Roman, head of the table. He wants head of the table. So, he's going to want that belt. So he'll come out. It would be cool if they pan to the crowd and he's watching the match. That'd be kind of cool.
If that's the first time we saw him, like if he's in like a box or something, they're like, holy shit, Roman's here.
He's watching and then confronts Solo.
My thing would be right. Cody wins. And then Cody, the way SummerSlam ends is Cody leaves first and Solo's in the ring with the rest of the new bloodline. They're pissed or Solo's pissed. And then all of a sudden you hear Roman and it's just, I think at first it'll just be Heyman and Roman.
Yeah. Yeah, because you still got to convince Jay to come back.
Yeah, and then I think Jimmy's injured, but I think at some point you see Jimmy come back, obviously, and then Jay, and it's got to be Sammy. I think as that 4 against these 4.
So Cody goes, "I'll fight your battles with you," and then you're like, "God damn it, Cody."
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think you want to go down there, but I'm hoping he's there. I hope he shows up. That'd be dope. I want to see you take your shirt off and spin it like a helicopter.
Well, that's all that. Listen, if we are in a press box somewhere,
oh man, you're just like,
I'm just gonna be like, no, if we're in a press box, I'm gonna just stand up and, oh yeah, good stuff.
Are you telling me that people don't cheer in press boxes?
Brother, let me tell you. All right.
Media people.
This is from Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Okay? That was my first time. That was my first time being media credentialed for a big show like that. Now, the person I was sitting next to people, we were enjoying the show. Like we were clapping for stuff. We were, doing stuff like that. But a lot of the people that are up there, they got laptops open. They're working. They're taking down notes for pre-show, for post shows. They're posting stuff on all their social media. So they're enjoying the show, but they're working. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that. So the feeling is like, yeah, we're all enjoying this, but it's not it's not full blown pandemonium going on in the press box.
Well, that's
the next night for NXT, we had seats. They gave us seats in the arena, and that was us, like in our true fandom. We were all like, let's go. Like we were still posting stuff.
So do we need to bring like a laptop to look professional? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't have a laptop, but I was, I assume, yeah. I went into it going, look, I'm a fan of wrestling. I'm going to enjoy the show and I'm going to react to the show. I'm not going to take my shirt off in the press box.
I mean,
that's representing Love Wrestling. I'm not just going to take my shirt off and
Jason Kelsey does it.
Yeah, but he is a millionaire football player. I am not.
But what if you were just one shirt pop off away from being the next Jason Kelsey, dude?
I'm not.
You don't know that until you pop that shirt.
I'm one shirt pop off away from WWE going, you're never welcome here ever again. You're not. This was the last time.
But then Tony Khan will be like, we'll sign you, brother.
No, he won't. No, he won't. No, he won't.
I mean, he signs a lot of ex-WWE talent. Why not you?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what. But I don't know. We're gonna be at a football stadium.
Yeah.
Krabby's right. I don't think I have enough juice in me to help the tush push. I don't know if I can do it.
Help the push. Who's pushing?
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles. Jason Kelsey. Come on, the play.
You got it. You'll be all right.
Come on, bro. Get it together.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like Karrion Kross and his group have been fighting the New Day for 9 months.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. And then next week, we are now getting the one-on-one finally with Xavier Woods.
Finger poke of doom.
I think Xavier needs to join the group.
I was going to say, isn't that
I think it's gone on way too long that the only way that this could end up with anything of importance is if Xavier joins the group.
With JPJ's beard, you could make it more of a tush tickle. God.
Unbelievable. The disrespect. Truly.
Disrespect.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but honestly.
Their fetus are gonna have a baby?
Nah, 9 months. I might like the only way that this ends up if it just ends and like he never joins that group. You all right? You gonna make it?
No. Yeah, you're right. If you never,
bro?
I'm so tired all the time.
It's called depression.
It's called work.
I mean,
sleep deprivation. But no, if they don't, if he doesn't join, if he wins,
what have we been watching for 2 months?
What did we accomplish? Who got over?
Nothing. And Karrion Kross is winning every week.
Xavier Woods is just tough to crack, man. He's like, I ain't leaving the New Day.
I don't know what's going on. But what happened after this, though? So earlier in the night, we got another videotape. This one was of Sister Abigail, Nikki Cross. It wasn't a long form speaking one like the ones that we saw with Rowan and Bo Dallas. But it had Uncle Howdy talking to her and her having a very, crazy type reaction that we were used to the early characters of Nikki Cross and stuff like that. That scream at the end was piercing.
God.
And that's how that ended. So this was the most abrupt one. But I also thought it fit the character well because if you remember Sanity, Nikki Cross really didn't talk at all early on there or anything like that. I thought it was actually really
shirt right now.
Yeah, I thought it was actually really, really. I thought it was good. I would have liked to have heard from her if they went that route. I thought that would have been intriguing to me too. But I thought the way they did it was good. But then the match was Final Testament It was the Authors of Pain and Cross versus Xavier Woods and Otis and Akira Tozawa. Let me tell you right now, Akira Tozawa rules. He had his moment where the crowd was hot for him, and I was like, God damn, dude, good for that guy. He's still great. He's still very good. Otis, I actually watched Raw with our buddy Josh Robinson. We were watching together. And we were talking as this match started, and I agreed with Josh, but Josh was like, let me tell you, they really just killed Otis, man. They just pushed him way to the side. He was hot.
Yeah.
Where people
barely touch Gable too in that. Yeah.
But by the end of this match, when Otis got that hot tag, that crowd was chanting his name.
Yeah,
he did the work. It was amazing. Huh. And then we had the moment where Chad Gable, flanked by the Creeds, comes out and he's talking trash about Otis specifically, but he's talking trash about all of them, but he's trying to have them leave Otis. And then Otis says, and then he's trying to get all of them to get back with him at one point, because he says the Wyatt Sixes are after everybody here, and we need to protect each other. No, Chad, they're just after you, bud. You seem to be the only one they're after right now.
Yeah, I was. He's trying to make it about everybody but himself. But no, I'm one of the few people that love this Money in the Bank. I thought they had a lot of potential there.
Otis, COVID ruined. Yeah, unfortunately, he just had.
And then he's still hot. He's still over. Can't believe they didn't do more with him. But Chad Gable getting his ass kicked. It's awesome.
Yeah. So it starts where they start fighting back, and Otis gets that pop, and then the numbers take control, and they're beating down the Alpha Academy, and then the Wyatts. Everything. The lights go off. We see the smoke. We see the other four come out of the entrance and stand at the entranceway. The Creeds in front, outside the ring. Chad Gable in the ring, and we Uncle Howdy and his. You could say his first physical altercation. I guess he jumped off the stage at the Royal Rumble with that horrific miss. Oh, an all-time gaffe.
Extreme Rules.
Oh, he missed him by 4 feet. But anyway, so he's behind him, and we get a glimpse of him, and they have the Uncle Howdy mask, but they added the hair to it that looked like Bray.
Yeah.
And then he sets him up for the Sister Abigail Pluggo. The crowd pops. I almost started crying. I was like, oh, he's going to do the Sister Abigail. And he gave him the kiss, drops him, gets on his knees, and does the Bray Wyatt. Oh, man.
No.
Oh, man. Hit me in the feels, Pluggo.
Super.
Loved it.
Looked great. And pulled it off. Yeah, Mrs. Pluggo. Nice. Thank you. Nice book back there. That book is from our wedding. It's got our wedding vows and everything that we wrote out for the officiant to say. She put it in the book, so it looks like she's out reading the book. So
that's nice.
So I put it up for Mrs. Pluggo.
Oh, look at you.
She's cute, and I like her.
Yeah,
most of the time. Her kids, on the other hand, no. My kids, on the other hand,
well, unbelievable.
I wouldn't be yawning on beards if I didn't have all these kids.
Yeah, and Hab Guy, the week prior, so he did the Sister Abigail, which again I was just like emotional. I was pumped for it, and then I was just like, oh, I was like, he's Bray, and I was like, oh my god, and then that happened, and then
it's true.
The week prior, where the Creeds and Chad Gable were messing Bo Dallas up, when he was in the corner, Bo Dallas did the yeah. He went yeah. So he was like, I was like, dude,
Can I ask a question?
Let's go, man. Yes.
How even in kayfabe circles, how dumb do you have to be? How hard up are you for TV time that the Creeds were like, yeah, Chad, I'll come hang out with you, knowing that you're in the midst of this Wyatt Six stuff that can only end in one way or only, which is like a murder.
Yeah,
like how are the Creeds not watching the show? Are they not paying attention? They're like, yeah, no, we'll hang out with you.
Chad has,
listen, I love you. I love you, JPJ. I've known you for 3 years, and even I might question, like, do I really want to show up and get murdered by the Wyatt Six with you?
It's fair. It's fair. I agree with you, Have Guy. I am all aboard. I am all in. I've enjoyed everything they've done so far. Truly. Yeah. And I think they're hitting that perfect thing where it's cool and it's different and it's new. What? Nice name, you loser.
Well, then call me Kermit, baby, because I love me some AEW.
Of course, we're going to talk about AEW next.
We're talking AEW.
Now get the fuck out of my chat. Anyway, unbelievable. Just the start, Pluggo. The next 2 months, we got to deal with fucking lunatics like that.
The next 2 months, never going to end, buddy.
Absolute
never
clown.
Call me Mrs. Piggy because I like me some blood and guts.
Hey, I'm seeing you next week. I will call you Mrs. Piggy if you want me to.
Hey, watch out, Mrs. Pluggo. Name another Muppet. I know Kermit. I know Mrs. Piggy.
What is Cleveland even good for? Like, what are they known for food-wise? Do they have like a signature food? Cleveland?
I know when I went there like 10 years ago, this isn't a signature food.
Cincinnati does the chili, the spaghetti, chili. Right? Yeah. What does Cleveland have?
I don't know. I know that they had their home of one of the diners, drive-ins, and dives, or the Man vs. Food had like the massive grilled cheeses from Cleveland. We tried to do that 10 years ago when I was there, but they were packed. I don't know what Cleveland's known for outside of nothing. Who vacations in Cleveland?
I've got it.
Cheers. Yeah. LeBron leaving.
Oh, that's good. Steamers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Cleveland.
I'm in heaven.
I don't even know where we're staying to look up food spots.
I'll tell you. I'll share it with you. Oh, I got me.
I would hope you'd share it with me.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the address. I'm going to be like, just fucking find me, bro. I'm just going to give you. I'm going to message you different hints throughout the day, like 5 hints, and I'm going to be like, find me.
I'll be like, I'm staying.
You'll be like, I'm not coming. I'll be like, damn. All right.
Damn, wherever we're staying, better have a nice shower. That's all I know.
Dude, bro, first of all, after what happened in Toronto,
after Murder House,
I am choosing my Uber no matter where we go, no matter who's in. I'll go by I will leave the group and stay by myself, but I am making sure I am in charge or have somewhat of a final say where we stay from here on out. That is just that is the rule from here on out. But we're good. We're right in downtown Cleveland, 5 minutes from nothing to do because it's Cleveland. But
we'll find
it
stuff.
should be good. No.
I went to Cleveland like I said, like 10 years ago. Downtown Cleveland, where like the Cavs and everything. There's a lot of things to do downtown for sure.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is something I gotta check off the old bucket list.
No,
so I want to do that.
No, not to worry, because like not that I'll be a tour guide, but I've been there once. It's a pretty decent hang downtown for sure. But it's Cleveland overall, so it's not like the end of the world.
But there's a lot. We're gonna have a look at there's gonna be a SmackDown. We got SummerSlam. They announced Sami Zayn is doing a Sami Zayn and Friends. The Undertaker is doing a one-man show. They also announced that they're doing a 24 documentary, like a
watch party or release
premiere watch party with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. And Damian Priest said there's going to be a huge special guest there as well.
That's dope. I want to go all of
stuff. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff to do. I do want to make time for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame though, because I feel like I got to give that its due diligence
Thursday
and get through that. I think that Thursday afternoon, I think we find some breakfast, find a good coffee shop and some brekkie, and then we take a good 3 or 4 hours and fucking go, and then we go. But I think that that's what I'm thinking. All right, before we so. You're digging the Wyatt Six stuff too. I know we were chatting, and then
I like it. I'm still like I'm still not always super all the way in on the supernatural stuff, but I've liked the way that I think I was skeptical from the beginning, just because I hope that they did it the right way, and they're doing a great job. Like I'm not hating it by any stretch. I'm just not over the moon about it yet because I don't get all that stuff.
Yeah,
but I do enjoy it. I'm excited to see what's next.
Right.
After Gable, I'm interested to see what's after Gable.
Yeah, I agree.
Gable's a nice appetizer, but I feel like there's got to be some more, right?
Yeah,
there's got to be some stuff.
I would agree. And then the last thing we got to talk about on Raw. Dom made Liv Morgan cry, man. Okay. So earlier in the evening,
she cried.
Yes. Oh, it's all part of the plan, baby. We'll talk about it. We're going to get through. We're going to talk about it. I went in, Pluggo, let me tell you. When Rhea Ripley first returned a couple weeks ago, I just had the scenario in my brain. I'm like, when she got hurt even, I was like, oh, she'll come back and she'll beat Liv for that title, which she will do. Mm-hmm. I am almost 100% certain that Liv is leaving SummerSlam still the champion.
Really?
I feel pretty good about it. Yeah, Rhea will beat Liv.
Rhea Ripley.
Point, but I think she's getting hosed at SummerSlam.
Do you think Dom grabs both of them and does the Tommy Dreamer? I'm hardcore. I'll take both.
I think she's getting hosed.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just my gut is telling me that. I don't know if it's going to be Dom. Listen, Liv and Finn they're working together here. They are earlier in the night. They're trying to go after Jey Uso. They're in the back. They split up. Specifically, Carlito and Big Head, JD McDonough, they go down the corner.
They beat What is with Finn, but that's the thing. What is with everybody shitting all over Finn Balor's ideas? Let the guy, that's why you got him in the group.
But it's gonna come back to haunt them. So
right, I've been saying it for months. It's Liv and Finn, dude. I'm telling you.
It's Finn and Dom, and you're like, okay, those two went. Finn and Dom will go together. Then Finn goes, oh, they were right. Let's split up. I'll go this way. You go that way. And what happens immediately
Liv's
when
right
Dom
there.
goes the way that Finn tells him to go? Liv Morgan pops out of a corner.
Yeah. But then you noticed when he was like, oh, we're not doing this again.
Man.
If you noticed, it was subtle. It was very subtle, but they go, we're not doing this again. So I'm going to go this way. You go that way.
Yes.
And he looked back at Liv's way for like a split second and then did the like he was disappointed, but it's like you kind of you lingered for a minute, man. And she got you those tag titles. She's proven her worth to you. Rhea, on the other hand, and Damian keep going against everything that you're saying. I've been saying it for months, man. I think that's the move because I think the only other scenario that I can play out in my head is I think there's more money in Dom getting booed than him getting cheered because I don't think people are ever really going to cheer him. So him turning on Rhea and ending up with Liv would be more heat for him.
Well,
do we have a scenario where Dominic Mysterio getting just cheered by the crowd? Like, is there anything in this scenario?
Because I think at the end of that happens, and then Finn shows up after Dom and Liv are together, and Finn acts like he's like, oh, So then Rhea finds out later because Finn tells Rhea that he saw Dom and Liv together.
Yeah.
Fucking jerk! All part of the plan. So then Rhea goes, we're going out to the ring. And it's like, oh, no. Dom, you're in trouble, buddy. Brings Dom out, and she goes, Liv, you want him? Come get him. And it's like, damn, dude. All right. And then we see Liv up in an aisleway. First of all, no security anywhere near her. Like, that is just...
Unless they figured out a way to kind of have security, maybe
there was no security near her at all, and I was like, "Good, like that makes
after
it look good,
the initial shot,
holy
and then
moly.
maybe they I don't know, because that was cool because there's some weirdos that probably would have been.
That's what I'm saying, and have guys leaning to it. He was wearing very short shorts. I'll leave it at that. Let's have some decorum here. She was wearing very short shorts, and there was a moment in the promo where I didn't really understand where she was going with it, I guess, because
she made fun of the way Rhea looks.
Yes, but Rhea is also a very attractive woman. So
but if you want to play that, I mean, she's saying she's more attractive. So we're playing that trope.
I don't think it hit though. Maybe to me, I don't know. It didn't hit the way that I think that. But anyway,
it didn't because you were like, because what you just said, it did not hit because Rhea is also a very attractive, super good looking woman, and so is Liv. So Liv being like, guys don't like girls like you.
Did she say classy or handsome? She used an adjective.
Yeah, well, she was saying
like guys like Dom. Handsome guys like Dom don't like women like you. Handsome guys like Dom like women like me.
Is the ugly hot trope?
but specifically when she said like me,
she
did a spin move and she put her butt out. You know, she showed it off. Did a little wink. She did her laugh. Or it was very forward. Which there's been multiple moments in this storyline where it's been forward. It was very forward. We haven't seen stuff like that on WWE television in a long while, whether you like it or you don't. I mean, but that happened. And then Dom went off.
Well, no, Rhea tries to go
and
get her, and Dom, like, the look Rhea gave Dom, when Dom's like, no, I got this. No. She's like, motherfucker, do you know?
So
like, I hate you. I hate you.
And so he goes off on her. She starts crying. And the last camera view where they have of like from inside the arena shows her turn around and just walking back towards the camera, sobbing. And Rhea looks happy. Rhea then licked Dom's face,
which has never happened.
No, when she whispered into his ear and she was laughing. I think she was like, "I'm gonna lick your face." Like, I think she was like, "I'm gonna lick your face right now." I just feel like we should.
He's like, "I'm sweaty." He's like, "Careful,
whatever, dude.
I didn't shower today. I'm Dominic Mysterio."
Yeah,
if you're into that
happened,
sure.
and then so we're heading to SummerSlam. Obviously, I feel like Raw is humming. We're going into SummerSlam, dude. They got Punk and Drew. Mm-hmm. They got Rhea and Liv. I think over the last couple weeks, Gunther and Priest has picked up some good steam.
Braun and
Sammy.
Yeah.
These Raw matches are humming. And then you look over at SmackDown and like you got Cody and Solo. Okay. Everyone's more excited about Roman coming back than that actual match, including me. And I'm a Cody mark.
But that's because Cody's been wrapped up in this bloodline thing for 3 years now. 2 Manias and a SummerSlam almost since he's been back.
Oh yeah. We didn't even talk about
Plus, if you really want to think about it, they're leaving Fox anyway. So that's
true.
We're going to be gone in a couple months anyway. Who cares?
The matches that SmackDown have now, like Bayley and Nia, I think will be a good match, but I don't think they've done a ton with that story.
No.
Like I said, Cody and Solo will be fine, but I think everyone's waiting for the moment after more than that actual match.
LA Knight
and Logan Paul. I think LA Knight winning the US title will be a big moment if they pull the trigger and do it. I think that'll be a big pop. I think they need to. What else do they got? What else is happening on SmackDown that's going to be on a SummerSlam match? Could they make Andrade and Carmelo Hayes a SummerSlam match? Could you throw that on there? They started that feud a little bit. They had a great match on SmackDown.
I don't know if it's SummerSlam.
I don't know if it's SummerSlam, though.
Yeah.
Randy's been taken out. Kevin Owens has been taken out. I assume they might be involved in the main event at some point, but they're not going to have matches going into SummerSlam.
No, that's really it.
I feel like Raw is so much more intriguing and dominating the show. I mean,
I think that's
you're going to Netflix. That's probably the plan. It's probably the plan.
The plan is that, and they're probably USA is saying like, give us what you can ratings wise. Well, we're going to lose this Prime Monday slot that we haven't had open in what has it been now? 20 years since they were like, they're probably like, go for it. Get your Netflix promotion going. Keep cooking because they're probably in good faith. And then, like I said, you're leaving Fox. Not that SmackDown is terrible, but it is kind of like, I think we're just fatigued out of the whole bloodline. Cody thing. It's bloodline. And even like I watched Friday night. I'm sitting there Friday night and I'm watching the show. And what's the big thing? Oh, Cody wants a partner to fight the bloodline. He'll fight the bloodline 2-on-1. Who's his partner going to be? And of course it's Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but we've seen that 100 different ways. Thing. You know what I mean? So you're just like, And at least on Raw, some of this stuff feels a little bit fresh. Sure, Drew and Punk's been strung out for a little while because they've been injured, but they've been able to keep it hot.
Yeah.
It's just, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping after this Solo Sikoa Cody match, we can get away from
Cody needs to just move on to Randy.
They need something different for him. And I don't even want the bloodline to be like a peripheral thing where he's like, I'm always looking over my back. No, I want you to just, let's see something different.
Yeah. Scott saying that he thinks Dom is going to mistakenly cost Rhea the match at SummerSlam.
But I will.
Could happen.
But I will say this: now that
I think he could turn, though. I think there's a small chance he could turn.
Now that you got me cooking, now that you got me thinking about it, and it could be a lot of other factors. But remember when we also were like coming up with Beardies last year, and we were like, "What's the big feud on Raw?" And it was Cody Superstars and versus Blood. It's like it's always Cody and
the same shit.
It's always Cody and a group of guys fighting off the Bloodline or some group or the Judgment Day. He was the Judgment Day for a while. It's like get Cody some meaningful one-on-one,
just one-on-one good story. And Randy is that guy.
Perfect.
Randy is that guy. And
and if you're Kevin Owens, give me that too.
There's a good story with him and KO as well. They have a long history of being friends, but the Randy stuff is the match. That's the story that is gonna truly propel Cody, I think, with his title reign, because it will be that one-on-one personal, lot of history promo. Just friggin' get to it. He should have dropped him with an RKO when everyone was holding him up in the air at WrestleMania.
I'm telling you, I would have
just dropped him.
I was waiting
in front of his mother.
Even I was like, that would be too far, right?
No,
but like it would have perfect.
It's wrestling. It's never too far. You should have dropped him. You should have held him up on your shoulders. Hey, all right, dropped him. That should have been it.
Yeah, I get.
Turned around and stared at his mom.
I understand the celebrating when somebody, but my other part of that
this was 2 years of the story.
But it was like, but it's wrestling and you want what he has. Why are we all celebrating him?
I would have been perfectly like, I understand him not doing in that moment. That just would have been, to me, if that would have happened, that would have been the one thing I would have been like, oh my God, hose me down. But that next Friday on SmackDown, it should have happened. They should have been celebrating Cody, Randy out there. You and me, kid. All summer, it should have been him and Randy. All summer.
Is there a lack of stars at the top of the card on SmackDown? Is that also part of it? Because
with Roman gone, they made Roman the star of SmackDown.
Right. He's gone. Years. So it's now
Cody's there, which fills that top star void, but there was no depth underneath that because Roman beat everybody.
Right, they didn't, and they haven't built anybody up.
Roman beat everybody multiple times.
Yeah, and now they're doing the same thing with Solo and the Bloodline. Currently, they're just beating the crap out of everybody. I get. It's hard
like
to
Randy Orton.
Did you notice? Do you notice that SmackDown does not go till 10? It goes till like 9:57.
Oh, it's always done that.
They're like, we gotta get out of here.
Fox is like, we got to do our fucking previews of the news locally, and I'm at. But anyway,
when's the last time you watched the local news?
12 years ago. Pre-Trump.
I stumbled across it like 3 weeks ago. I was like, oh, why is it on at 4 p.m?
Because that's the only people that watch local news are 75 and older, and they're in bed by 6.
I'm like, where's the reruns of that 70s show? This is the news.
You got to get it out there so they can see it before they have their warm glass of milk and go to bed.
I thought Two Broke Girls On was at 4 o'clock. What is this?
But anyway, all right, let's talk some AEW.
AEW.
For that one guy, if you're still here, now would be the time to leave.
No, if you're still here, now would be the time to chime in because I'd like to know why that makes me a Muppet. But either way. Speaking of which, you love these. The fan of the day over on the Facebook wants to know where's Camille's. I said, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné has muscles now in the form of Camille, who debuted last night. And one guy goes, "What muscles? The skinny chick she's with?" And I sent him a picture of Camille, who's absolutely jacked,
yoked,
and he still goes, "What muscles?" I'm like, "Oh boy, no
for the record, that pipsqueak that talked to you right there, Camille." Would murder him in 14
squash his head, like
squish him like a friggin' bug.
Camille is jacked, bro. Camille's I'm gonna start there. Camille fucking rules. Yeah. I'm so excited that she's on AEW. I would have been excited if she's was in NXT. So this isn't like she picked one over the other. When she left the NWA, I think me and Zach, I think we had a conversation once upon a time where we're like, that's a huge loss for the NWA. She was a star there. She had a presence about her. She was their longest reigning women's champion while she was there. And then she decided to test it, and they just didn't know what she wanted to do, and ultimately picked AEW, which I think is ultimately the right choice for her because it gives her a little more flexibility and freedom to do some other things that she enjoys doing. And I'm going to shamelessly plug it after this show. If you'd like to get to know more about Camille, I interviewed her last year. A lot of good stuff in there, right on this channel.
Did you post that? Did you post that right after the debut?
I thought about it.
Float that up. You immediately should have.
I should have,
or at least after Dynamite, you should have been like.
I don't know. I fell asleep right after Dynamite.
I thought that this was a perfect way for Camille to show up because Mercedes is full-blown heel now, and her having a muscle like Camille to do her dirty work I think this pairing is going to be. I'm very intrigued to see this pairing because, like, I've only seen a few matches of Camille, but I haven't seen a ton of Camille. But I know she's really good. And I know she carried NWA, the company, for a long time as the women's champion over there. But she
was a slow learner over in NWA, but she really hit her stride towards the end. Like, started to put together some really good matches, and then we've seen her in AEW do a little bit. Guys, Scott is saying Denise Salcedo is at Comic-Con in San Diego and said Britt and Mercedes is made official for London. Very cool. This is it, which I was just going to say. I think that was ultimately where we're going to go. Here's a good way that you can get Camille in the mix, cost Britt Baker the championship.
It sets maybe up a return of Jamie Hayter. Get a tag match out of it, maybe.
And if you're excited for the return of Jamie Hayter, go to beardcompany.com right now and type in hater for just kidding. But yeah, that could be a good way to get them back together. Maybe there's a good thing there. Hell, Jamie Hayter versus Camille would be bonkers, dude. I'd be down for that. So very cool, very excited to see. Mercedes is getting more heat. You need that. I think going into Wembley, everybody's going to be Team DMD, which is what you want when you're the heel.
Yeah,
but now you can.
I don't think Britt's winning there.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to win.
I think Mercedes wins. Maybe by Camille, and I think that sets up maybe a post-match beatdown in London. Jamie Hayter, if healthy, I know nothing about where she's at. Hopefully, she's fine. But I think that could be a cool moment in London at All In if she is healthy and good to go there. And I think it's a perfect setup. Then you have a big match for a Dynamite or whatever you want. You have a big match for All Out, which is 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
You have a big match, Camille and Mercedes.
You could even do
Britt and Jamie, or you do one-on-one.
Yeah, you can do that. You could have Britt go, I want Camille. Yeah. Let me get Camille and I'll get you back. You know what I'm saying? Yep. There's legs to this now that I think wouldn't have been there had they just did Britt and Mercedes one-on-one at All In. I think you want to have not a best of 7 where you announce a best of 7, but have some multiple matches with these two to help shape this women's division as some of these other stars come back, like Jamie Hayter and things like that. So I'm all for it.
So to start the show, Pluggo.
Oh, yes.
We have Maxwell Jacob Friedman, the new international champion, make his way to the ring.
Yes, he did.
He has cheerleaders with him, all sorts of stuff.
The cheerleader thing, I at first I was like, huh? Yeah. And then it all makes sense.
He says that the match against Will Ospreay was the easiest match he's ever had in his life. He beat him in 30 seconds. It was easy peasy.
No. He said easy dub.
Yeah, easy dub. Yeah, easy dub. Just another day at work, He's playing it off like that. He then says that he is too good for the international championship, and he throws it in the trash, Pluggo. Throws it in the trash.
Did you notice that trash was empty too? Because it went.
Yep. And then he unveils the brand new AEW American title. Now, let me tell you, I thought the title belt itself, it looked nice. It was a nice looking belt.
Oh, you liked it?
Huh?
You liked it?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice looking belt.
Right.
He said, and then he called the UK crowd a third world country.
Of course.
And then that eventually led to Will Ospreay showing up, interrupting him. They had confetti, Pluggo. They had all sorts of. It was a party. It was an American party there. Will Ospreay comes out, tries to attack him. Max flees. And then Will basically tells him, like, basically, you found out what everybody knew last week. You knew you couldn't beat me, so you cheated. You used the ring. You beat me. And guess what? On my home soil at All In a couple weeks, we have a rematch, and I'm going to take the belt back from you.
That's right.
What
a trope to lean on when you're heading into Wembley at All In.
He's going
right?
to walk in. Yeah, he's going to walk into London as the American champion, and they're going to boo the ever-loving shit out of him.
And people that are dumping all over this, I mean,
that's the point.
I didn't. Right, you should be. And then I didn't know this either. I must have spaced it, but Ospreay did the exact same thing in New Japan when he named it the England title or whatever.
Yes,
he renamed the United States title there, the UK title.
Yeah.
So he's just pulling a page out of Ospreay's book, and everybody's like, we need more belts. But I mean, given the way of the world right now, I guess it's not the worst thing MJF could do is to lean into that side of things.
Yeah,
he's going to get a ton of heat at All In, and
that's what he wants.
I mean, I will say this. I am gonna caution MJF if you're watching. I know you tune in. I know you're an avid listener. However, you get your Between Two Beards, whether it be podcasts or replays on YouTube, but don't do the campaign stuff. We don't need that.
Oh, he's gonna do it, dude.
Don't bring the podium out. Don't. This is Max
I don't know if he'll go that far. But
yeah, I don't need that.
I was waiting. Well, it's kind of Ali's thing. He's saying, make TNA great again, or he's
kind of exactly. We don't need that.
So I don't know. I don't think MJF would do it because of that. But I was waiting for like some sort of reference to things that are actually occurring in the real world. Even though this feels like we're in a simulation, doesn't it? But
yeah, definitely does. It doesn't feel real.
But I was waiting for it. But luckily, we didn't get there.
So you wanted him to go full like?
No, I don't want him to do it. I thought he was gonna do it.
Yeah. You thought he was gonna go. Like, we'll just say it. He was gonna go Trump-ish.
I thought that was what we were gonna go for, and I was gonna be like, oh no.
I have a feeling he's probably gonna dump on London quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he didn't say he had not nice things to say about Will Ospreay's was a grandmother.
Yeah, is that a thing? Did he start bagging on Will Ospreay's dead grandmother, mind you? And I was like,
yeah. So he was leaning. He was leaning. I don't know. He said she did. So
right,
but like,
I'm like, huh?
Yeah. Whatever.
And then there was this little gem, which I thought was a very good touch to the whole promo as it uploads. I got the picture right here. I want to post it because it's crazy. He put his face on the American flag. By the way, that is a great campaign, like Ospreay 2024.
Yeah. Yeah. MJF was the stars on the flag.
Yeah, that was such a great little touch there for
unbelievable
Maxwell.
Great. Terrific stuff. Pluggo. I'm going to be honest. I enjoyed the blood.
You're not ever?
No, I am, but I'm going to be real honest right now. We're going to talk about the blood and guts match because I did enjoy the blood and guts match.
Okay.
I never in my wildest dreams thought that in the year of our Lord 2024,
we'd get
Chris Jericho would have the best match on the Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Jericho would have the best match on the Dynamite because I thought him and Suzuki ruled.
Well,
I thought that match was so fun. That match started with honestly about 7 straight minutes of chops.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they were doing. Jericho was bleeding down his chest, and then it turned into kind of a chaotic match with weapons and chairs and all that type of stuff. That match entertained me to all have. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And then afterwards, Suzuki attacked Jericho. Well, Jericho wins, retains the FTW title. Suzuki then hits him with a pile driver after the match, and then is getting beaten down by Brian Keith and Big Bill, and we see Shibata come back.
Yeah,
and then we might see a tag match with Suzuki and Shibata teaming up, which is crazy.
That'd be cool.
Anyway, I thought the Jericho match. I was like, look, if you're gonna throw him on TV, Have him do this shit because at least I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, he is widely considered one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, so it's not a surprise. I think people are just sick of him because that's what the trope is. You know, I get it. It's the gimmick. TV time, but I mean, there's so many other people they could be positioning. But yeah, it was a fine match. And then, we got 2 women's matches last night.
Yeah, we got Hikaru Shida versus the official return match of Britt Baker. This was a very, very good match.
Yeah.
Cool. Britt getting the win, as you would expect. But this was really good. Long-standing rivalry.
Surprised they fed her Shida so early, though, too, because I would have liked to see her build Shida back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because granted, that was the story was, 3-time champ Shida, Britt Baker's in rare form, but you do like to see 3-time champ Shida also be racking up some wins.
I would agree.
But hey, I digress. It was a good match.
And then we saw the debut of the Glamour, Mariah May. She squashed. Her name was Caitlin Alexis, local talent.
Just smashed her.
From where they were. She smashed her. But what happened was afterwards, Toni Storm showed up. They had a small brawl real quick, before it got broken up by the refs. And Toni Storm asked Mariah May if she was prepared to, are you willing or prepared to die?
Because I am.
Because Toni Storm
holy shit.
Yeah, that was that.
I was like, just when I thought it couldn't get any better, I was like, oh, for some reason. And this is hats off to Toni Storm and kudos to her. I felt that. But she's like, are you prepared to die? Because I am. I'm like, oh.
Yep.
This is going to be intense.
It should be.
Like
it should be really good. It should be pretty
I'm
good.
Excited. I'm excited.
And then we had Blood and Guts, man.
You forgot to talk about how Jeff Jarrett tried to sway.
Yes, with Bryan Danielson. Wait, you didn't like that? I thought it was not. You don't like Jeff Jarrett.
I don't like Jeff Jarrett.
You're anti-Jeff Jarrett.
I'm anti-Jeff Jarrett.
I like that though.
Oh, are you all in? You sound like you're 1 foot out the door.
It's the old man giving him a pep talk. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? I like Jeff Jarrett in this role of kind of being the sentimental old guy. I think this works for him.
Listen, just because I had one weak spot in the Owen tournament where I was like, I'm buying into Jeff Jarrett, doesn't mean that after the fact I'm going to keep doing it.
That's fine. I get it. Like, they don't oversaturate it. I'm not against. I understand.
I understand too, but I still stand by my convictions.
Listen, you're allowed to like what you like, Plug. I'm just saying that I liked it. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice look. I'm like, look at him.
If it was me out there, Daniel.
Yeah, he's got wisdom. He's a multi-time Hall of Famer. So, he's giving Danielson just, hey, man, we all have. You get that old customer you see every so often who just tells you stories. That's what Jeff Jarrett is turning into. I got no problem with that.
Back when I used to wrestle Luthez.
Oh, if I was walking into Wembley, well, you're not, old man. Pipe down. Sit down back there.
Me and Bruno Sammartino used to go.
I like it. And then fucking Jeff Jarrett showed up in this Blood and Guts match.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's like, back on my TV screen all the time now.
I'm AEW through and through, man. I'm gonna hit Brandon Cutler over there with my guitar.
Did you think it was the right decision to have Team AEW win this match?
Yes. Okay. Your world champion's in it. Your world champion should win. I think it was the right. All right. So I think it was the right plan. I had no problem with the ending, but obviously the ending was dramatized to the point where Jack Perry was handcuffed in a crucified position on the very Tommy Dreamer like from the old ECW, and he took a chair shot right over the head like Tommy Dreamer did. Obviously, it was a gimmicked chair. It was the scapegoat chair that he brings down, but it was a.
I loved all the internet detectives being like,
losing their
obviously it's the chair marked scapegoat. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, losing their minds. We saw a bunch of people come out and give PSAs. Well, I get it. It was that chair on purpose. It was a plan.
It's also a match called Blood and Guts. We don't ever get any guts, but we get blood.
I was at Blood and Guts live last year, and John Moxley pulled out a bed of nails. Now would you rather get hit over the head with a chair or go any body part first into a bed of nails?
Chair. 100%. The only qualm I have with the Blood and Guts ring, and I know that this is going to sound lame to some people, but please figure out a way to cover that middle of the ring. I'm watching Hangman and Swerve punching each other in between the rings, and they don't have the steel thing that WWE does. And I'm just like, if one of them misses and slips, and that ankle's just toast, and I'm like, come on, put something down there.
Earlier in the evening, the Elite swindled Bryce Remsburg with a 2-sided coin. So they had unbelievable.
Fucking Remsburg, dude.
So they had advantage. And then they get the advantage all the times. However, Hangman, who was their last entrant, did not come out when he was supposed to come out. So
he didn't enter the ring either.
No.
So the match couldn't officially start.
Correct. So then Swerve. So then we get the countdown for Swerve, and it's at that point it's going to be 5-on-4 Team AEW because Hangman is still nowhere to be found. As Swerve is making his way down the ring, Hangman comes from behind with the chair and takes Swerve out.
Yeah.
Like you said, the match doesn't officially start until all 10 men are in the ring. Hangman and Swerve are not in the ring at that point. Hangman is trying to handcuff. Well, he does handcuff Swerve.
Oh yeah,
to the outside of the cage. And it was at that point where Matt Jackson is trying to get a hold through the cage, yelling at Hangman, and Hangman is just not. He is just in a zone.
Threatened to fire his ass.
Yeah, and that's what he says. He goes, "Get in this ring," or he goes, "We suspended you last time." He goes, "I will fire you."
That is wild. I was like, "Oh shit!"
And that got Hangman's attention. Hangman then gets in the ring, and that's when Jeff Jarrett showed up.
Because for all the EVP stuff, I mean, every once in a while, especially with like lesser talent, they'll float the firing thing, but they don't usually do it with like a guy like Hangman. I was like, ooh, and he got that ring. Begrudgingly, if not, he got it.
He's got a family.
And they said, we're starting this match. We're EVPs. We don't care if Swerve's on the outside.
Yeah.
So they got
that's what we saw. Jarrett. Brandon Cutler tries to stop him. Cutler gets the guitar over the head. They have a key. They get Swerve off. Swerve's in there. And then War Games. It was already started, but officially started.
When did Brandon Cutler start dressing so suave, dude?
Since they become these characters.
Yes, dude. I haven't noticed. I guess I haven't really noticed Brandon Cutler.
Good stuff in between. Some big spots, as you would expect. Violent. All sorts of stuff going on.
Oof.
Staples. That's when they all started stapling Swerve. That was a kind of cool moment there.
Gross, dude. I hate staple spots still. I don't care for gimmick.
Anthony Bowen's got squished in between two barbed wire boards when Nick Jackson hit the swanton on him.
Caster had a mouthful of thumbtacks.
You got the double super kick with a mouthful of thumbtacks. So the typical stuff that you would expect from this type of match. But the match ends. So Jack Perry is tied up. He gets the chair shot over the head. Darby says, "I got something else." He goes under the ring. He comes out with a lighter, like a long form grill lighter type of thing.
At first, I wasn't sure because he got the lighter first.
I was like, was that like a?
Yeah. Is that a vape? What are you doing? I was
like, what is that like a just a?
Yeah,
rod? Like what is it? Then he had the lighter fluid, the red jug of gasoline. He starts douse. He goes, "Say I quit." He goes right to Jack Perry. He goes, "Say I quit, or I will light you on fire." And Jack Perry,
to Perry's credit, he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Jack Perry's like, "Light me on fire."
So he dumps that gas on his head. And I will say the commentary team too quickly was like, "It smells like gas over here."
Yeah, I was like, that was definitely water. It was definitely water.
Because they forgot to sell it, but as soon as he goes like this, they go, "That smells like gas," and I'm like, "Come on, Shivani. Come on, Shivani."
First of all, you ain't gonna smell it that quick. It's gonna take a second.
Come on,
like that's water. We all know it's water. It's fine. We're wrestling fans, so it's fine. So Jack Perry just goes, "No, I'm not saying that." So Matt Jackson, who is then handcuffed to the rope, is like, "Hey man." He's yelling at Darby. "No, you got to stop. No, this is too far. We're going too far here. Cut it out." And then Darby goes, "I want you." He's still talking to Jack Perry. He goes, "I want you to say I quit, and I want you to accept a match with me at All In for the TNT Championship." I don't even know if he said All In, but he says accept the match with me.
Darby
The TNT
for himself.
I will let you in. I will light you on
not
fire.
Not really Team AEW material. He's all about himself.
Jack Perry doesn't say a damn thing. So then Matt Jackson is like, "You want the match?" And Darby's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You got the match." And then he goes, "All right." And then Darby says, "That's not enough. You say you quit right now, or I will light him on fire." And then Matt Jackson says, all right, that's too far. We quit. And that's how the match ends in TV.
And then, to Jack Perry's credit, he didn't.
Jack Perry didn't act like no bitch.
But a couple of things that Matt Jackson, I might have let him light him on fire.
What? Light him on fire?
They've done it before.
No, but this is no. They did. This is different.
How are you going to show your face around that company next Wednesday after you wussed out?
You're telling me that if you had the opportunity to prevent someone getting lit on fire, you would not prevent
in kayfabe?
I'm good, man. Light him on fire.
Light him on fire. Oh, whatever. Dastardly Jack Perry.
Come on.
Hey, cry me a river, JPJ.
We got to talk about that. We will.
But I thought overall it was cool. I will say this. Darby kind of going into business for himself sounds a lot like his mentor Stinger.
He took advantage of the situation.
Who was it that was like, Sting never put no one over?
Yeah, he took advantage of the situation.
Yeah, for sure.
He was like, I got all the advantage right now.
Did you think where would you rank it in terms of blood and guts matches? Was it? I don't think it was better than last year's.
No, I thought last year's was the best one.
Yeah.
I thought last year's was the best one they've had.
I thought it was solid.
I would like to see the women get in there.
Yeah.
And get an opportunity.
Here's we had two matches on Dynamite, but it was like a match in a third.
It was a match in a minute. It was a match
in a squash. So you gotta build up.
Yeah. But look, Forbidden Door had like 4 women. Look, we're gonna be all right. We have at least multiple women's matches at All In, at least 2. There'll probably be more. But I think
if you're Jack Perry, are you pissed that they quit?
He didn't act pissed.
No, but I'm saying like on Wednesday, you'd be like, "Light, you should have lit me on fire, fuckers."
I wouldn't be pissed, but I would definitely play it off as like I was ready, dude. I like what they're doing with Jack Perry. I think they've done real good. Like I think that added to the Jack Perry character for me. That he was like, "Nah, dude, light me on fire. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. There's no
I don't give a single fuck. You light me on fire. Don't care. Don't care."
Because I like the idea of Jack Perry going, "I'd have lit your ass on fire if I was in the position."
100%. He would. You know he would.
Oh, for sure.
But I thought Blood and Guts as a whole. But this is what we talked about last week. I thought the match itself would be good. I knew I would go away from that match saying that was a good time. But the story leading into it did not, like, I wasn't excited for it. It ended up being good like I knew it would, but I wasn't excited about it leading into it. But it was good for what it was. Now we got.
Well, because even like leading into it, even on the show, Team AEW was fighting with each other. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah. And so now we're going to have Darby versus Jack Perry for the TNT title. I assume that'll be at All In. The Acclaimed going to officially get their tag title match at All In.
Probably not. That should be the running gag. They never get it.
Because then this is never going to end. And I need the Bucks to move on past the Acclaimed. I love Anthony Bowens, though. I love Anthony Bowens. But yeah, we saw Daddy Ash showed up last night too with Jarrett. I don't know what the hell was going on there.
With those. They're trying to get Jarrett can't get the key to work.
Yes.
So Nana has to go find some.
He gets pliers. Tony Khan back there was like, run these out to Nana.
Yeah.
They're not getting the key to work.
Grandpa Jarrett can't get it done.
He's like, I got pliers, guys. Get the hell out of my way.
If I didn't have some ironclad contract with this Jeff Jarrett, I'd fire his ass.
Hilarious. Yeah. That was about it. That was about it at Dynamite. Blood and Guts obviously took up the majority of the second hour there. So second week in a row where they've had basically 1 full hour dedicated to something.
Yeah. It worked last week. I think it worked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get in the habit of doing it every week.
No. But yeah, I think it's all right.
It's definitely a good thing, telling some stories and different things and having some long form matches. But you know what would have made it better? If I had to pay $50 for it.
Yeah, obviously.
You don't put Blood and Guts on a PLE?
Yeah, I mean,
what
unbelievable, dude. It would be a far better match if that was on All In and not on Dynamite for free. The same exact match, but it would be so much better if I
just had to drop a 50 burger that I don't have on it.
Oh boy.
Calm down, you nerd.
Anyway. So you had mentioned it earlier today. That was Dynamite. So we've talked about WWE Dynamite. On NXT, I know you didn't watch NXT, but they announced that next week Joe Hendry is having a live concert on NXT next week.
I'll make sure to be watching next week for sure.
Hell yeah, man. I heard his music over in Montreal over the weekend,
yeah?
at least at both those shows, a combination of at least 6 times. And every time the crowd was just in it, man. It never wavered. Nobody ever got sick.
Dude, did you see
specifically on the Sunday, the tapings, we heard that shit like 4 times.
Did you see Jamal Williams come out at training camp? The running back for the Saints came out. And he came out and he goes, and he sang the Joe Hendry song and did the clap, and he goes, I'm here to help your algorithms, and then he walked away.
Hell yeah.
Because that song is everywhere. I saw that, and then back to back with some, like one of those where they stitched it, where it's like, name the song you've had the most sex to, and it was that song, and you're like, if you're boning to Joe Hendry's theme song, good for you. I haven't quite ran that by Mrs. Pluggo yet.
Marry that person. If you're not married to that person and they're cool with it, marry him.
Hey, listen, the only way I can get in the mood is if I believe in Joe Hendry's playing in the background.
It's true. Oh, one last thing about Dynamite. They did set up a match between Statlander and Willow.
Yeah, for the CMLL Women's Championship. Yeah. Something like
That's
that.
Happening on Dynamite next week or Collision? It's happening on one of the shows. Dynamite?
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. I think it's
Dynamite next week. So that's happening. So they're setting up another match there. Yeah. Oh, Nick Wayne is in some sort of on Collision.
The
Rampage.
The Rampage Battle Royal to determine the number 1 contender or something.
For the TNT? Or for the world?
For the world.
All right. So Nick Wayne, they did a backstage.
They got it. And shout out to Miss Kate Fabe from Fightful. She said this, and I'm stealing it from her. They need to come up with a new trope to crown number 1 contenders where it's not Battle Royal on Rampage.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be nice to come up with something just a little different. But hey, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. So so that happened. That was Dynamite. That was Raw. So the Joe Hendry stuff going good. Triple H. This news just dropped. So Triple H commented on Brock Lesnar's status.
He's never coming back.
The quote is, "You'd have to ask Brock Lesnar that. Brock kind of does his own thing. He's up in Canada, I'm sure, watching his kids play hockey and enjoying life.
They've said that every time.
If and when he decides he would like to do something, we'd be open to the conversation. We'll see."
Oh, interesting. But they say that every time. They used to say,
it could be just kind of a safe answer, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Scott. That is social media influencer Kate to you, Pluggo. Hey, to be fair, Scott, she shouted me out on Friday night on the SmackDown Reaction.
Kate shouts you out. She shouts us both out, but she shouts you out a good time.
We're social media influencers together. We influence each other's social medias.
Yeah.
She's a much better social media influencer than us, but I'd like to think we're pretty good too. No, but go follow Kate. She rules. If you're watching this or listening, Kate rules. Go check her out. She's the bomb. It'll be all right. The Olympics started.
Officially started, but the opening segment is tomorrow.
Are you excited?
I love the Olympics.
All right, I was gonna if we
I like Olympics. You want to talk something?
Well, here's what I was gonna do, but we're running close on time. So I don't think I'm going to go. And plus, it was kind of hard to read. I was going to, if we had a lull in the show, I was going to do JPJ Tears summer Olympic events.
Oh, let's do it. Do you have
What are you into?
Okay.
It's a lot and it's weird and it would take a lot.
That's fine.
So what's your like? Obviously, there's basketball and all that stuff, but that's off the rails.
That's not at the top of my list.
What are you appointment viewing? Swimming?
I like the swimming. I like most the track and field stuff. The 100-meter dash, you love it. You love it because I would never be able to move that fast.
Right? Superhumans.
Yeah. I I like the gymnastics, man.
Yeah,
I like the gymnastics. I like
Carrie Strug, remember Carrie?
Yeah, like I like Simone Biles is unreal. Like watching her, and this might be the last time.
Yeah.
Like the individual stuff and the team stuff. I like gymnastics. Like I don't get me wrong, I like basketball as a sport, but that's the stuff I pay attention to the least because I can watch basketball most of the year.
Right.
Like I like watching the sports that like you don't really see outside of the Olympics.
You're going to CNBC watching archery.
Beach volleyball.
Love beach volleyball's dope.
I love both volleyballs, but beach volleyball I love. I'm not going to go to archery. Like that's not for me. I mean, I would watch it and be impressed, but I'm not.
You're not.
Come on.
Watching Olympic skateboarding.
Correct.
Olympic softball.
They do golf. They do soccer.
Yeah.
They got rid of baseball game.
I'm not sure why they got rid of it.
Did they bring it back?
Maybe.
No.
That's why I wasn't sure. That's why I didn't do the tiers. I wasn't sure how updated it is because I don't.
But what do you dig?
I get into like the swimming events. I really get into for some reason. I'm like, this is dope. And then just like I always find that random like high dive. I think is intense.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like
jumping from the high dive. So pool stuff, I guess, is cool. I like the track and field stuff too. I always just like the stories, man. Where you're like, I've never heard of this person a day in my life, and Bob Costas is like, this is the greatest shot putter in the history of the world. And you're like, I've never heard of him. Race walking Asian Joe? Hells yeah. Oh yeah, they're there. You can't go.
They're like fast walking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm in on that.
I'd be on that.
I'm in on that.
What's the one track and field event where they do the race, but if they jump over the thing, they end up in this weird puddle? Like it's a weird, like a
decathlon. Even?
Yeah,
they do multiple sports.
No, they're on the track.
Are they on the horse?
No, they're just on the track. They're running. They jump over a thing, and there's just
like
water.
A hurdle.
Yeah, and there's just a water pond, and then they keep running.
What?
I'm not making that steeplechase.
I'm not saying you are.
Asian Joe, is that legit? Steeplechase? Is that what it's called?
People?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing I don't watch at the Olympics: equestrian.
You're not into.
Brother.
Is there field hockey? What else is there? Listen, all I know is every 4 years, without fail, I end up in front of a TV watching some random thing I know absolutely 100%. Nothing about, and I'm like,
"This part of the Olympics."
I'm like, "This is dope."
That's the best part of the Olympics.
Would you prefer the summer over the winter?
No, I prefer winter.
Really, for the Winter Olympics over the summer?
Correct.
Interesting. Yes. It's usually the other way around.
I love I love the fast ice skating.
Oh, the
unbelievable! When they're in the rink and they're just going, dude. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Some of those things. I love that. I love the snowboard, the half pipe, all that from the X Games, like that type of stuff. I also enjoy the big ski jump where they just fly for like 200 yards down a big, the big jump.
Yeah, and they turn into the V.
And I'm also like, I'm the dude that watches curling.
Curling's dope.
It's shuffleboard, dude. Shuffleboard on ice.
It's dope.
I'm sitting there just like, this is incredible. Obafemi was a shot. There you go. Yeah, I did shot put in high school. I could throw it as far as Obafemi, I'm sure. But no, I love the Olympics. I'm excited about it. I was talking about it today. I was like, over the weekend, I would like to watch a good chunk of the Olympics. How do you feel about LeBron James? We're going to be in Cleveland next week. LeBron James, they announced, is the torch carrier.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does, right? It's his last Olympics.
He said he's not going to be there in 2028.
So it's his last Olympics. He's come, Oh, God. Well, there has been.
If you could add a new event to the Olympics.
I would bring baseball back just because I think baseball would be fun. If I could add a new event,
I would football, but there's just the rest of the world's not caught up yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would go well for anybody. America wouldn't be able to be in it. I don't think we wouldn't be able to be in it.
Why?
That'd be unfair.
For a long time,
it'd be like the dream team in the '90s. We'd be
right, but obviously, when you listen, hear me out. You brought it up.
If you want the world to catch up,
the dream flag. They added flag football. That's true, but the dream team was smoking people by 50 and 92. The rest of the world wasn't having that, and they stepped their game up to the point where we had to reassemble a dream team a couple of times
You know
so
what I would
if
like
anything,
to see?
it's probably good for the growth of the sport to get spanked.
It's fine. You know what I would think would be a great summer sport? Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah. Ultimate Frisbee is so much fun to watch.
I think Ultimate Frisbee would
Spike
be
ball.
dope.
Spike ball.
You could do
I
stuff
would watch
like that.
Olympic spike ball.
I would watch disc golf if they wanted to do disc golf. I think I could get into that as well. I think Ultimate Frisbee as an Olympic sport, if it was countries against you, guys and girls.
But yes, it's got
that would rule.
Coco, I don't want to say it wrong. Golf got added. She's flag bearing as well. But yeah, I'd be down with like.
I think if I could add a new event,
pickleball would be cool.
Pickleball's getting the rage, but do they do tennis? They do tennis, right?
Yeah, they do Olympic tennis for sure.
Dude, you know what's gnarly to watch? Badminton when they do that.
There you go.
And table tennis.
Olympic table tennis.
I have trophies from my youth playing ping pong. To watch what they do, I'm like, are you kidding me, dude?
Water polo.
How the hell do you hit that?
How did they stay afloat in water polo so long?
Yep. But I think that would be my number one choice, Asian Joe. I think
that's
I would.
A great.
I like yours though. I like cornhole. Cornhole's good. They show that on ESPN, so why can't it be there? Yeah. But I think I would add Ultimate Frisbee. I think that would be so
because if you had to be sober to play cornhole, you'd be like, exactly. Well, we're not gonna have Olympics. I gotta be drunk. I've never played cornhole sober up until I stopped drinking, but it's not as fun. I'm not as good. I've thrown a couple bags here and there. No,
you just get in the zone when you're liquored up. You just get in the zone.
When you're feeling it. Yeah, no. But now I'm like, I get worked by all these dudes that are just like, oh, this is my life, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back over here.
Yeah. All right, Pluggo. Before we get out of here, though, I do want to talk about our friends, our sponsor, NordVPN. As you see below us there, I don't go anywhere without. Now that I've been traveling a little bit more, I've been using NordVPN. I use it every time I go away. I'm in Montreal. You know what's not available to me in Montreal, Pluggo? YouTube TV. Doesn't exist outside the United States of America. Can't use it up there. But you know what I can do is I can have my NordVPN on me, and I can sign into whatever app I need, and I can make sure that I can watch Netflix when I'm traveling out of the country, and stuff like that. And I know I'm going to be safe doing it. You hop onto a public Wi-Fi. You know what happens when you're on a public Wi-Fi, Pluggo? Everybody steals your shit. Everybody steals your data. It's a lot easier for hackers, for just not good people to steal your data. But with NordVPN, they are safe they are the safest you can have. They are the safest you can use. Your data will be safe. Your Wi-Fi will be safe. You can save a lot of money on content that might not even be available in your home state where you live. You can have access to, and you can save a fraction of money on pay-per-views or PLEs if you're a big wrestling fan like all of us are. Yeah. So go check out NordVPN. Tell them Love Wrestling sent you over there. But if you are using a VPN or you're trying to get a little safer when you travel or just in your own home and you're going to use a VPN, you do not want to look further than NordVPN. So go check them out, will you? But other than that,
also our day one sponsor, Rich King.
That's true.
Athletics One. Get yourself in shape. Head over to RK Athletics One. Talk to our guy Rich. He's busy this weekend because we have an LPW show going on right now.
Well, there's one going on right now.
Clandestine Wrestling Society show. But tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 Mountain, LPW 28, feeling hella good, live on IWTV. We're going to be hanging out, watching that thing, tweeting about it. So you should do the same. It's a good card. Kylie Ray versus Zoe Sager. MRB, he's taking on Judas Icarus. We've got Mars the Specialist taking on Jack Pride and our boy Lumberjack Larry Woods for the Grand Championship. And we got Wolfboy Will Malanta. I always say Malanta. It's Wolfboy
Mantla.
I always say Malanta. Mylanta. That's what I'm going to call him. But he's also hanging out with Kyle Shaw. They're taking on Riley Cruz and Jared Rogers.
It's going to be another banger of a show.
Another banger, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be another banger of a show because that's what we do here at LPW every last Friday of the month. You know you're getting yourselves one of the best wrestling shows of the month. It's a guarantee.
It's science. It's science. So if you want to check that out, like I said, it's live exclusively on IWTV. Oh no. Oh, we were just about to leave.
Literally. Oh.
You got to change up the.
I can only imagine.
Hey, Thad, I hung out with you on Saturday. What's up, buddy?
What's up, boys?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm good. How's JPJ?
JPJ's doing good, man. We're chilling.
How's that other schmuck?
Oh, that hurts. Did you read what I wrote?
You wrote something?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you knew how to read.
I think he's trying to suck up to you guys because he wrote a preview for the LPW show tonight, and he picked one Jack Pride to win tomorrow.
I thought you were.
I think he's trying to suck up to you guys.
Not trying to suck up. I told him on Saturday when he yelled at me. I'm journalistic integralistic, man.
Well,
so what do you want, Thad?
I thought I'd pop in to shit talk you, Pluggo.
Oh, go ahead.
I think you swayed him.
Maybe we should squash the beef.
Oh. Maybe.
So I'll give you this. I'll give you a little breadcrumb, little hope. If your prediction comes true tomorrow, we're besties.
Wow.
Interesting.
Huh?
Interesting.
Is that a deal? You guys going to make that deal? I am witness.
Well, how do you feel about that, JPJ? Because we're besties.
But this is between. I don't feel like I'm involved really.
But if I become besties with Thad.
Yeah, but you
can have more than one bestie.
Yeah, come on. It's 2024, dude.
I know friends are a bit of a foreign thing, Pluggo, but you can't have more than one friend or more than one bestie.
Yes, you can. 100%
full shoot. Yes, a couple days ago, I told Mrs. Pluggo, I said, I have most of my friends are on screen.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of real life friends that I hang out with.
But just think, like 5-10 years ago,
what happens? Yeah, that's true. What happens if my prediction doesn't come true?
I mean, then you're in current state.
Well, we're gonna have to take it back for review.
Yeah.
Maybe if we can get you up here, we can.
Here's what I'll say. You go read the article on lovewrestling.ca before you make any bold, grandiose statements. Make sure it's approved. I'll say when I started thinking about everything that's gone on in the last month, that's where I landed. You are more than welcome to, we can work this out if you'd like. I've always been a fan of 7. That's not disputable.
You sure?
You guys were talking shit. I just don't take kindly to people that talk shit. So I was talking shit.
Who do you trust?
I trust Mrs. Pluggo. Because she's my best friend.
See, you're really not selling me here.
Who do I trust? Mrs. Pluggo. I trust her.
Well, that's cool. Life. You can trust, again, like friends, you can have more than one. Who else do you trust?
JPJ.
Okay. Progress. And who else?
Who do I trust?
Are you going to say?
Am I supposed to say?
What do you think he's trying to tell?
Well, I asked him on Saturday who his favorite bearded podcaster was that started with a P, and he couldn't say Pluggo. So
Brian Polerin, right? Polson?
Yeah. See, he couldn't. Yeah. Do I trust in your guys' ability to have a plan? Yeah. Read the article. I don't want to give everything away.
Okay. Well,
but I will say this: if you win and you want to squash the beef, I'm more than welcome for you to come on Beards anytime, and we can hang out. If Pride wins on Friday, you come on anytime you want.
Friday's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he wins on Friday, then you're more than welcome in the future to come on anytime you want and hang out here.
Okay. Well,
we can work on our squabbles.
Well, and quite honestly, I'm going to be totally honest here. Our good friend JPJ invited me on to
did he
talk with you, have some conversation. So I've laid out my ground rules. This is where things are. We'll see what happens Friday evening. Tomorrow evening.
Your ground rules are that Pride has to win. Like I have any control over that.
You have to trust in Pride.
You got to trust the process.
Yeah, if you're a fan of 7, you got to trust in Pride.
Right.
There you go.
Is it this way?
That's why I was asking you who you trust. So if you can trust in Pride and believe in him enough that you know he's going to win tomorrow, that you've called it, and if he wins tomorrow, but then we got room for you. Hey, if we still need a gluttony.
I'll take it. Whatever gets me in the show, man.
All right. Well, you gentlemen enjoy the show.
Good luck to you and Pride. I think it's going to be an interesting main event. I would assume it's main eventing. It's for the Grand Championship.
Of course. I mean, lots of variables. Larry, Mars, the Rads, Short Kings. But at the end of the day, Pride right now is out for blood. So, and he's tasted Larry's blood before, and he is hungry for Mars's. So, tomorrow night, and new LPW Grand Champion. Jack
Very
Marks.
well could be. Thanks for popping on, Mr. Thaddeus Archer the
Archer
Third.
out.
See you later, friend.
Cheers, boys.
Does he know that when I pick Barack Arani to win, he never wins? Not saying that's going to happen. I don't have a great track record of.
You're going to have to answer that, dude. Anyway,
listen.
What I was going to say.
Listen, read the article. It's at lovewrestling.ca right now.
And for the record, I didn't invite him on.
I don't believe you. You two are chummy. I saw that LPW preview show that you put on our Patreon. I seen it. And if you want to see it, go to patreon.com/lovewrestlingca right now.
All right, Pluggo, do the thing. Let the people know where they can find you. Let the people know where they can find us. And let's get on up out of here.
Well, you can find me at Pluggo on all social media platforms. Just search Pluggo. You see this face and this hat, actually. And then everything that we've got going on at B2Beards on all social media platforms. Like I said, that article I wrote for the LPW 28 preview is up right now at lovewrestling.ca. Go check it out. See who I picked to win the big matches. You'll see me Sunday morning with Blair Pacheco, the Graybreaker Pod, for Exposure, talking independent wrestling. We're moving to Sunday this week due to scheduling things because I've got a lot of things going on heading up to Cleveland next week, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to take over Cleveland. We're going to hang out, and you're going to see a lot of us, probably.
Yes. You can follow me at JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms, including over on Twitch, where I have again been getting my ass handed to me day after day in EA Sports College Football 25. I will get good at that game at some point, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be anytime soon. So if you want to see me yell and whine like a baby and scream at a game, just head on over to Twitch because I'm there almost every day.
Dude.
And I'm doing it every day.
But it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. The recruiting part of it, I love it. I love all of it. But my ass is getting destroyed by that game. Like I'm getting blown out. Like the games you're telling me, you're at least in them. I'm losing 51-20. I'm getting
You're UMass, dude. You're UMass.
There's only one way you get the Minutemen to the top, and it's by you got to play the games, Plug.
Oh, I know. I know.
No, here's the thing. I'm losing 52-10. I'm still like I'm playing Alabama. I'm losing 52-10 to like FCS. Buffalo. Yeah, I won a game 49-42 against an FCS team. That's how bad it was because I couldn't stop an FCS team. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, if you want to see me start yelling, come watch over there. But anyway, you can find me here every Thursday night with my man Pluggo, except next week, because next week we finally get, like Pluggo said at the beginning, we get to high five, we get to hug. We're going to meet for the first time next week. Looking forward to it in person. And like you said, we're going to be all over your screens, all over your social medias. So
and Beards is going to be live.
We're going to talk about that. I think that might actually be harder than I think. But we're going to talk about that. So you'll either see a live between two. You're going to see a lot of live stuff from me and Pluggo next week.
Or you might see a pre-recorded SummerSlam preview.
You might see a pre-recorded SummerSlam preview, or you might see us live. Be on our socials. Maybe. Be on our socials. Be on the Love Wrestling socials. We'll announce what we're doing once we kind of figure out the final plan and what is going to work best for what we got going on. But we're very excited to be not only together next week in Cleveland for SummerSlam, but we're excited to do a bunch of cool shit, maybe with some friends familiar to the show and to the Love Wrestling channel as well, kind of doing some cool stuff with them too. So it should be a lot of fun. But until then, y'all know the drill. We appreciate all of you for hanging out, as you always do. Say hi to Sue for me.
Hi, Sue.
We'll see y'all soon. From Cleveland, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace out.
Hey there, Plugo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves.